since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhells and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed
Glenn Allen Hill. Glenn Allen Hill falls through a glass table because he had a nightmare. That is terrible.
Imagine explaining these injuries.
Sammy Sosa injured himself after a sneeze.
What?
Now, I love sneezes. See,
he throws his back out.
We've had
Well,
this
look,
talk
I've
before.
thrown my back out getting startled by the toaster. So, a sneeze is not that big of a deal.
That
it's not
toaster
yeah.
can get you.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Sustained effort and violence?
No, please. No. Please, everyone be quiet.
Was that supposed to be funny?
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Cool, neat story. I want to shake his hand. 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 Family.
Let's get the pumping.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, beautiful spring day in Eastern North Carolina. Great day to talk sports with you here on Pirate Radio Live, on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1. In Washington, we're on 1250, 930, online, pr927fm.com, and you can watch the show and chime in with your questions, comments, concerns, otherwise on Facebook Live and also on YouTube. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube, and you can chime in there. Also on Facebook, our show can be found there. Also the Brian Bailey Show, all of our ECU post-game video, as well as we'll have some up coming up tomorrow night after the Pirates take on Elon, and there's been a time change on that one. East Carolina and Elon, that game was scheduled to start at 6:30, kind of an odd start time for that one, but now that game has been moved up due to potential weather and will begin at 3 o'clock?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. I was trying to stall and look that up. 4 o'clock on a Wednesday. They'll take on UNCW tonight on the road, but back home on Wednesday, and then home Friday, Saturday, Sunday for VCU. So we'll talk some Pirate baseball during today's show. Also, some East Carolina hoops, maybe mix in some football talk as well. Stephen Igoe will join us at 5 o'clock to talk all things ECU. We will talk East Carolina hoops, the new coaching hire, Michael Schwartz, named the new head basketball coach at East Carolina. Seymour joins us to talk about that. In hour number 2, ECU softball has won 5 in a row, 8 out of 9. They play at home tomorrow against UNCW. Shane Winkler, head coach in his first year, going to join us to talk about the red-hot softball Pirates coming up at 4 o'clock. We'll talk some sports with Mully look at the quarterback carousel in the NFL. Harold Varner III will be competing in the Masters. We got some more HV3 news today. There's an event coming up in April that is a team event, 2-on-2, and he has teamed up with Bubba Watson. So we'll talk some golf with Mully coming up later on in this hour. And Ellerbe kicks us off here in the Pirate Radio studios with a lot going on in the sports world. Hello, Jonathan.
Just a ton going on. March Madness clip, Brock. Have you gone mad watching your brackets get busted?
I got mad last night.
Did you?
I thought I'd be okay without basketball, and I've seen this movie advertised all over social media, all over everywhere. It's a new Ben Affleck movie called Deep Water on Hulu. And I was like, no basketball tonight. After dinner and everything settles down, I'm going to catch a good flick.
Deep Water.
And I watched it, and it was awful. It was boring. It stunk.
Did you hang through the whole movie?
Yes. I angrily watched it to the end because I thought something eventually was going to happen, and nothing happened.
So, Rotten Tomatoes clip Brock rating very low, huh?
Yeah. I mean, if you're into female nudity, there's a little bit of that. So I'll give it a 2%.
So that's what kept you. That's what kept you along.
No, not really, because not to get into it, but that's easy to find these days if you want it. If you know where to look. So no, the movie stunk. I cannot believe that I sat through that, and now I am March mad, Ellerbe, because I need more basketball.
You know, did you ever watch the Gong Show? Was that way before your
tad before my time?
You know, when they have an act up there playing, and then
I watched. Okay,
when someone had enough, they would hit the gong.
I was going to say I watched. I guess the black version of that, which would be Showtime at the Apollo, when they would bring out the Sandman and he'd take the person off the stage.
Yeah, and I guess they've done that with some of the singing shows where they hit the buzzard if they want you to quit. But the Gong Show is kind of the original, and that's I feel like everybody may need a gong like in their living room, and then just
all right, I'm done.
And you just can't take anymore, and you just walk up and you hit it, and then you got the TV off.
So yeah, I need more basketball. I guess tonight I can watch, like Chandler said, my former girlfriend is taking on another one of my I got two girlfriends playing tonight, Ellerbe. St. Bonaventure and Jaden Gardner facing off.
I'm just so confused.
In the NIT.
I
have broken up with St. Bonaventure as my random team after they blew it in the A10 tournament live on the air a couple weeks ago. And, of course, Jaden Gardner, we all used to root for.
This is a great topic. How many exes do you have from the sports world?
In the sports world? Freddie Freeman, hate him.
Who's been your toughest breakup? And has there been anybody that's really broke up with you in the sports world?
No, this is all one-sided relationships where they don't know I exist.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of like George Glass.
I got to tell you, Freddie, what's that reference?
The Brady Bunch. When Jan Brady made up a boyfriend?
We're not that far apart in age, Ellerbe, but your references are a little older than mine.
Marsha always had a boyfriend, so Jan was jealous. So
she made up one?
That she was dating George Glass. Classic episode.
I got a lot of George Glasses out there.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, the Freddie Freeman one was tough, but immediately I got over it since they brought in Matt Olson and were able to sign him to a long deal.
So do you automatically, when you have a sports breakup, do you automatically reconnect with somebody else, or is it just kind of, you know what, it's, Matt Olson's your new girlfriend, or
nah,
so you just so he's not your new girlfriend?
I kind of already got a side thing going with Ronald Acuna anyway. So not to tell Freddie. As far as my random basketball team, I am going to give that some time, and pick somebody new next November.
You had Swansea City in soccer at one point.
Yeah, and they got booted from the Premier League, so that's been even kind of tough to follow where they even play now.
So you broke up with them?
No, we're just in a waiting period.
So you just aren't,
we're taking a break.
You're seeing other people?
No.
I'm not seeing any other soccer teams?
No, I have not seen any soccer in about 3 years now, seemingly. So yeah, there's that. What are we even talking? Oh, that stupid movie I saw. It's terrible. Don't watch it.
I'm really curious into your sports girlfriends here. Like, who's your best relationship you ever had with a Washington footballer, Redskin, or now Commander.
He stunk. Michael Westbrook was my guy. First jersey I ever owned. He's the guy that punched his teammate, knocked him out at practice.
I thought you also were a Taylor guy too. What was it, Sean Taylor?
He was murdered.
Yes.
So my relationships do not end well. They end in murder or just them leaving me outright.
You know, I just heard the other day, weren't you talking on the air about podcasts that you like and you love murder mysteries?
Yes.
So I mean, maybe your sports dating is like a Dateline.
And as a matter of fact, Ellerbe, you just gave me an idea. I'll probably catch up on some old Datelines tonight. That's a good idea. I'm trying to fill the void, you know?
You know, you could also start writing some scripts for like Troy D's love relationships with Coach K, Bill Belichick. You know, like all his secondary loves that he has in his sports relationships. Be a great topic with him when he comes on.
It would be. WJ says, have you had Schwartz on the show yet? No, we have not. But Stephen Igoe said that there should be some type of press conference coming up this week.
Absolutely.
Seymour said that she knew Schwartz was coming into town, driving in today. So I'm assuming, Ellerbe, at some point this week we'll probably get something out at ECU, I would think.
I would absolutely think that they would want to have a big media presentation. And let's guess maybe like on a Thursday during a big basketball day as we kick off Sweet 16.
That'd be nice.
That would be a good day to rally around some Schwartz news into the basketball meet before the weekend, before it got lost in all the basketball stuff. So I'm thinking maybe either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning would be a great time for Schwartz to sit down in front of all the media.
Anthony Dunn says, I'm the Manti Te'o of sports. I have a lot of Lene Kakuas, fake girlfriends.
Wow. Whatever happened to Manti Te'o?
He was in the NFL. I don't know if
he flamed out. He got drafted by somebody, but I don't think he made the team.
Well, he was a really good college football player. I don't know if anybody thought he'd be a great NFL guy. He played for the Bears in 2020, where careers go to die, and that explains it.
Yes.
Wow, that was 2012 where he won all those awards.
2012?
He won the Maxwell Award, Lott Trophy, Chuck Bednarik Award, Walter Camp Award, Bronco Nagurski Award, Butkus Award winner, Lombardi winner, unanimous All-American, all in 2012, and then he had the fake girlfriend.
10 years later, where is he? That would be another good Dateline for Clip Rock to put together.
Where is Manti Te'o?
Who's the guy that hosts Dateline that's always has the voice?
Keith Morrison.
That could be Clip Rock. Where is Manti Te'o now?
Or was there murder involved?
Fake girlfriends?
Love a good Dateline. Speaking of relationships, my relationship with Michael Schwartz, and again, this is a one-sided deal. He doesn't know I exist yet. I have a great question. It's not a great question. It's a dumb question for when I get to talk to him one-on-one. We were looking at the Schwartz file, Ellerbe, right when it was announced. Mm-hmm. He went to Beverly Hills High School. If my math is right, he graduated as a senior at Beverly Hills High School in 95 or 96, right in the wheelhouse of Beverly Hills 90210. So I want to ask him, was he into that show? Was it depicted?
I thought you were going to ask him if he was on the show. So it was real, right?
Are you
that show was
Brendan
real.
Walsh? No, how accurate was that show? Did he live that lifestyle? I don't know. I'm kind of fascinated by that.
And maybe he was a Saved by the Bell guy instead.
And then after he answers that, I'll say, all right, thanks for coming in. No basketball questions. That's all I need.
Yes. Was he a 90210 fan?
Yeah.
That was a 90s classic show, right?
Because he was there in the 90210, living it as it was happening.
I wonder how relatable that show. You think he watched that show, or do you think
that's what I want to know.
Or he just ate basketball, lived, breathed, ate basketball the whole time?
Like Ellerbe, if there was a show called Pitt County 28590
27858,
that would be Winterville, where I'm from. Would we watch it? Yeah, we'd watch it, but we'd probably hate watch it. That's not real. That's not what it's like. So.
But I mean Beverly Hills and Los Angeles. I mean, you're just surrounded by it all the time. It would stand out here. It's kind of like Lizard Lick Towing. At some point, you watched an episode of Lizard Lick Towing, whether you want to admit it or not, just to see.
I can honestly say I never have.
What?
Never.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't have a relationship with the towing guys?
Never got involved. Was that True TV?
It might have been. I'm not sure what channel it was. But
what I was getting to, my relationship with Schwartz is, I'd say, heating up a little bit.
Oh, really?
It started with Tennessee guy. He's got ties there, of course. He's going to bring in one of those assistants.
Was it a little rocky at first?
It was more of a nothing burger. Who cares?
Right.
And then
was that because you were angry over the other coach being let go?
Not necessarily.
You just didn't.
I thought it was kind of boring.
The excitement meter just wasn't going
right
in the Brock.
Yes, yeah. But then you see what others say about him. You start to learn more about him. You hear the Zoom, which we were going to get some like audio of, but it went on the entire rest of our show because it went so long.
Right.
See how long that Zoom went last week? It was like over an hour. He just kept talking. But
now he's trying to compete with you.
Now he's a competition. But I'm starting to get excited about it, is my point.
So the Schwartz meter's moving.
The Schwartz meter is starting to.
Your Schwartz is growing.
Schwartz is it's rising.
I think it'll grow even more when you hear his press. I think maybe you should go to the press conference. Go attend if it's not at like from 3 to 6 on Wednesday or Thursday,
which it will be,
because they discriminate against you.
Yes,
they don't want you there.
No,
but I think it'd be great.
And I'm the basketball guy. By the way, my main relationship right now is on the ropes. Ellerbe, Brandon Suggs. Will he be back in an ECU uniform next year?
Well, I mean, I just want to get back to the press conference. If they can get it at a reasonable hour for you, sitting in the front row with some flowers, Clip Rock, Pirate Radio, Section 213.
Speaking for the fans,
just got a couple of questions, Coach.
What will you do to make Section 213 fill up?
Well, you got
less empty.
You got to start with 90210 first.
I feel like that's more of a in studio one-on-one thing, more than a ask at a press conference thing, don't you? No, I do.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that's more like the crazy Super Bowl press conference right there to go 90210.
Yeah, I don't know if that. You got to know your audience, know your time and place.
So, what else did the Schwartz file say? That he went to Beverly Hills High School.
He just coached. He followed Rick Barnes around. Chandler's got a bold prediction.
Really?
Chandler says that there's going to be a splash hire for one of the assistants.
I've heard his
and that
theory.
Would be North Carolina native Frank Haith, who Schwartz coached under at two spots, Miami and Tulsa. So he's been there. He's been with Rick Barnes at Texas, came back with him at Tennessee, and I don't know. He's got a long file.
Would you be excited about Frank Haith joining the staff?
Yeah. Heck yeah. Veteran and has been a head recruiter before. He's been at different areas in Florida. I don't know how much we're going to recruit Oklahoma or Tulsa, but yeah, I would be excited about Frank Haith.
If you had to pick between Frank and Suggs to be on the team next year,
Ellerbe loves a hypothetical tough choice.
I just like to put you in a tough spot just to see. I just like to know where your loyalty is.
That's easy. Brandon Suggs.
Sorry, Coach.
How am I gonna? There'd be no boat.
The Haith boat doesn't really sound as good.
Yeah.
Frank the Tank.
I can't root for an assistant coach at games.
Well, you have before.
Daryl LeBerry?
Oh, see? Are you still in a relationship with Daryl LeBerry?
Do you know that I actually, when ECU had an opening, I told Shelly Vinegar to look at Daryl LeBerry.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like, look, Daryl LeBerry is the freaking man.
How did you do that? Through text, email, phone call?
Very good player. It was through some sort of
social media?
Yeah. Could have been through Twitter.
Right.
I was like, look, great player, been in Atlanta, been a great assistant, up and comer, young, hungry. And then very shortly after that was when he got caught up in the
misunderstanding
scandal.
It's a misunderstanding.
I was trying to get us on probation unintentionally.
Well, sometimes your purple colored glasses just you want the best for the program.
Like he did something that nobody else has done. Give me a break.
Right.
So Ellerbe, I'm a little gun shy on giving suggestions to administrators from here on out.
Right. But what about head coaches? Would you give Schwartz some coaching tips of assistants to get?
I'd say see what Daryl LeBerry's up to. Let's go back to that well. And my buddy Chandler says Frank Haith, he's not doing anything right now.
Currently not.
Bring him on board.
Yeah. That is true.
I like it. Bottom line, I'm warming up to Schwartz and getting excited about it, Ellerbe.
Well, the Schwartz news over the next few weeks should, I mean, he should be able to make some news because the Final Four is the coaches' convention, which is a couple weeks away. So, there's going to be some drops of some assistant coaches coming up, and then hopefully he's boots on the ground meeting with Brandon Suggs and Tristan Newton and all the players that are going to be coming back, and he'll have another great opportunity. As you said, he won the press conference the other day with a lot of great drops.
Look, I know it doesn't matter, but
it's better than not winning.
Go ahead and win it.
Yeah, it's better than not winning the press conference.
Well, and I'm not going to say I'm concerned because I don't know. It's a big deal, but it's not make or break like football really when it comes to hiring assistants. But I am concerned about a first-year head coach. Don't get me wrong; he's got relationships, but he doesn't have a ready-made staff to bring with him. He's going to have to piece together a staff for the first time ever, kind of learning on the fly.
He's really 100% focused on it since when? When did they lose? Friday or Saturday? Tennessee. When did they get back? They won
second round.
So Saturday. It was Saturday. So I mean, really, he's 3 days. So I'm sure if you had to drive from Knoxville to Greenville, that's a lot of time to make some phone calls.
It's a lot of Dateline podcasts.
And I have to imagine that when he interviewed with John Gilbert, that he probably had to lay out who his assistant coaches were.
Who would you bring in?
Here's my plan A. I got Clip, Chandler, and Mully. And then if Clip, Chandler, and Mully can't come, here's who my backup 3 are. That's what
Troy D, Ellerbe, and LeBerry.
I don't think you'd want me. Or Troy D for
Ellerbe. You are a great speaker.
A great speaker. So
motivational guy.
So maybe I could just talk to the team beforehand and then have popcorn courtside.
We don't need basketball acumen for you.
You don't need basketball pep talk.
No.
Okay.
Mully's the X's and O's guy.
He is.
I'm the free throw coach.
Are you good at free throws?
Am I good at free throws? Did y'all hear what he just asked me? Am I good at free throws? I used to be. I don't know.
You know who you're talking to?
You know who you're talking to?
I pictured you more as a guy that was doing the fouling instead of being fouled.
I'm not close enough to the guy I'm guarding to foul him. I'm at the other end of the court.
I could see you kind of as when someone came in the paint, they paid for it sort of person. Back in the day.
Enforcer? No.
You weren't the enforcer?
Actually, Chad Moore, listener of the show, lovable loser of the show, was nicknamed the enforcer because there was one game in particular. He played 35 seconds and got 4 fouls. It was incredible.
Wow.
He was just hacking dudes.
One of my buddies when we were playing Little League basketball in Raleigh, and our game was the next game, and I showed up early to see their game, and he sat on the bench the whole time, and I was like, what happened? He fouled out in the first quarter. I was like, dude, how did you do that?
That is a bummer to have to sit there the rest of the game.
I was like, because in Little League basketball or whatever it was called, you get X number of playing time. You're supposed to play in the second half at some point. I was like, are you hurt? He's like, no, I fouled out.
I like it. I like the intensity.
Yeah.
Redbeard says you watched that show about Outer Banks. That is similar to him watching 90210. Well, I don't.
What about Dawson's Creek? Is that a North Carolina based deal?
It is, and I watched Dawson's Creek when I was in high school. So Pacey and the crew. All right, go ahead, Chandler.
Clip, with Mike Schwartz coming to East Carolina, Tennessee has updated their staff. Justin Gady, who was also in the mix for the East Carolina job, has been promoted to the associate head coaching position, which was Mike Schwartz's position, and then Greg Polinsky takes over the vacant assistant coaching position.
Igoe said months ago now that if ECU does make a change, be on the lookout for Michael Schwartz, who I'd never heard of, or Justin Gainey. And I was like, Justin Gainey, the state point guard?
Right.
And I had no idea he was in coaching. Igoe also said Gainey has a son that plays for South Carolina Upstate. And I was actually watching their conference tournament, and they were previewing him. He had some good numbers. And the thought was that if he's named head coach, it'd be a package deal. He'd bring his son here, that kind of thing. But I had no idea Justin Gainey was coaching. So, yeah, he is now, I guess, the top assistant.
And that's a good idea for assistant coaches for Schwartz, who has sons that are available to come play.
Yeah.
That are really good.
That has worked for teams around the country. Was it Cade Cunningham that went to Oklahoma State just because his brother or his dad got hired as an assistant or something?
Yeah.
We need to find one of those guys.
Yeah, there you go.
We kind of tried that, I think, with Charles Coleman because George Wright Easy was his AAU coach, I want to say, something like that. And
it worked.
We got him here.
Yeah.
We got him.
and then we didn't have him.
And now he's the only basketball player on St. Joseph's that wants to play basketball.
Yeah, I don't know if you missed that, Dave.
I did miss that.
Yeah, that's a reference to the show a couple weeks ago.
Sorry.
So Pirate baseball going on. As we look at our Bud Light ECU report, Ellerbe, they need to get back on track starting today against the old rival, UNCW Seahawks.
Yes, Pirates sitting at 10-10, 36 games to go. Got some work to do. And always good to beat the rivals. UNCW got NC State next week. Got Elon this week as well. And then, non-conference with VCU this week. But going to have be a little bit more dominant in the conference play and certainly build that momentum back with these, midweek games with the in-state rivals in particular. So I still believe in this baseball team. And they've shown some great promise. They've also shown some very disappointing games as well, but certainly not giving up on the Pirates yet.
Got to get some good starting pitching, especially in the weekend. How about today? Our guy Ryder Giles is going to get the start. Again, I'm not going to mention his stats. Y'all can look him up for yourself, but let's just say he's done a good job pitching so far this year.
Okay.
Very good. So hopefully he continues that today. And we'll talk to Ryder and the crew next Monday. Enjoyed hooking up with Holton Ahlers yesterday. Ellerbe, he'll be on with us Mondays throughout spring football, and he gave us an update. And sounds like they really hit the ground running, where a few years ago it was Mike Houston saying they had to learn how to practice. Now he says the players could pretty much conduct a practice themselves, which is very good to hear, right?
I mean, that's got to be the case of where we are with this football program, where we are with Mike Houston getting a big offseason raise and extension. So this program is, after last year, having a very solid year. Disappointing we didn't get to play in the bowl game to see if we could finish with 8 wins. But after having a very solid year, having some nice win streaks during the season, this is you got to point to this season as a breakout year where this team is expected to win a lot more than not.
Jonathan said I should be at the press conference front row with an I Heart 90210 t-shirt. Mike, question. Steve Young, not that Steve Young, says Burleson just went down swinging 0 for 3 today, looking for his first hit of spring training. He was back in the lineup today for the Cardinals. Shirley had his numbers from yesterday, knocked in a run, got hit by a pitch, but did not get a hit, and he is still looking for his first spring training hit. So.
Great to have baseball back.
Yeah.
Spring training game. I watched a little spring training baseball on the app the other day. It's cool to have it back, and looking forward to watching having MLB back.
All right, let's take a break, Ellerbe. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Mully's here, so
we'll get Mully in here.
You can hammer him with some more baseball questions.
We'll talk baseball, we'll talk golf, we'll talk March Madness, we'll talk quarterback carousel in the NFL. It went wild on Monday.
It is crazy.
I mean, every team seemingly, if you don't have one, you're trying to upgrade, and it's happened this offseason. We'll talk about all that and a lot more when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters in Greenville on March 28th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Winslow's Deli and Tavern has a new look, along with a great lunch and dinner menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater and features daily drink specials with 2 outdoor patios perfect for this warmer weather. Come eat, drink, and get your March Madness on in one of Greenville's largest bar areas. Follow Winslow's on Facebook and Instagram for special events and daily specials. Winslow's Deli and Tavern on 5th Street in Greenville.
This is CJ Mayhew, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a 6-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Welcome back to Pirate Radio Live. Shirley, I don't know if I properly welcomed you into today's show, so welcome.
Well, thank you. Good to be here.
Is it?
Sort of.
Or are you just here?
I'm here.
You're kind of required to be here.
Yeah. I don't really have a choice in the matter.
Let's face it, there are a lot of worse jobs out there.
That is true.
So count your blessings, folks. That's the lesson for today. Chan Man is here, and I don't know if Chandler's good at golf. Never seen him play, but you got some cool golf apparel. You look like you're ready to hit the course.
That is the sign of a bad golfer.
Yeah. When you look too much the part.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not good. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Mullis, I'd say he does them both, though. Kind of looks the part at times and also plays it well. Hey, Mully.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, that's called outdressing your game.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think Chandler's got all the new equipment, too? Like the hot driver, the cool putter?
I would bet he hadn't made that investment.
No, and I actually have told you before, Mully, like my clubs are very old. I have the old, my grandfather's Ping, like, golf set from, like, the early 2000s, mid-2000s.
Well, the first problem there is he called it a golf set.
You got to know the lingo, son.
Sorry, son.
A golf set.
What do you call it? A golf
set of clubs?
Set of clubs.
Set of irons.
Yeah.
I got my granddad's Ping irons. Would have been
I got my granddad's ping irons.
Yeah, just practice saying that in the mirror tonight.
Yeah, ping irons.
For next time this comes up, you'll know what to say.
Set of clubs.
Mully, do you get annoyed when you go out there and people blame the equipment? Do you pick on them when they do that? Like, man, if I had a better driver, I'd have hit that one straight.
Some of the guys I play with, if they got a problem with their driver, they just break it. I mean, they just go straight up.
How many clubs have passed away of your doing over the years?
When I first started playing and my expectations were a little unrealistic, I've broken a club or two, but it's been a long time.
Any of them you thrown any in the water or anything?
Yeah. Threw a wedge in the marsh at Brook Valley. Yeah, I mean, you got
a hot temper there?
It's again, I've got a little older. It's not quite as big a deal as it was then.
All right, fair enough. While we're talking golf, we'll stick to it. I saw today, Mully, there is a tournament in mid-April. So the Masters begins on the 7th. I think this is either the following week or 2 weeks later. It's the team event where it's 2-on-2 or whatever. It's a two-man teams. HV3 teamed up with Bubba Watson, so they'll probably get some play. A couple big names there.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. They have to play well to get the TV time, but
I like that. I like the. What do you think about mixing it up, doing a little?
No, that's cool. Well, this weekend
event.
You've got the WGC, which is a match play, which starts on Wednesday. And that's a round robin, and then they seed them out, kind of like the NCAA tournament, and they play into Sunday till last man standing. So, I mean, it is cool. It's cool to see them to see them do different things. I think that's why so many of us like the Ryder Cup or the President's Cup or the Solheim Cup, because we get to see these folks that are so used to an individual sport actually participating or competing in a team environment.
What's that last one you said?
The Solheim Cup, it's the ladies' equivalent.
10-4.
Yep.
And we can announce that Harold Varner III will indeed participate in this year's Masters. We thought that would be the case, and he has put himself in a position to do that for the first time ever. So, I'm not a golf guy, but I watch the Masters, final round or whatever. Now I have a rooting interest. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like HV3's crowd would kind of be similar to what like 10 Cup, come up in the RV and go to Waffle House after the match and drink a few beers and that kind of thing.
Good old country boy crowd.
Yeah, well, kind of a John Daly type crowd, but yeah, no, that's what a cool thing. And I mean, at this point, he's pretty well got it locked up. I would imagine he's probably already received his invitation and all the accoutrement that goes along with being invited. So should be really cool. I'm sure he'll participate in everything they let him do, as far as
Par
3 and different events. And I don't know how they pick those spots for the Par 3. I'm sure it's kind of a name recognition deal, or it could be that anybody in the field could. I don't know. But
what else do they do outside of that? There's like a caddy tournament.
They have a
right?
champions dinner. I mean, they have all the dinner events, which he obviously doesn't get invited to the champions dinner yet. But no, you're right. The biggest thing is the Par 3, and then caddies in a lot of these things will, on the practice round days, they may hit a few shots or play a couple holes or that kind of thing. So, but man, it'll be a lot of fun to watch him play in it.
I watched a caddy tournament once on TV.
Good.
It was Caddyshack movie.
Yeah, that was weak. I know that's where you were going.
I couldn't think of the golf course name.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Yeah, because it wasn't.
That's fine. I don't get. Look, I don't hit 100%.
I think
1,000, whatever.
I think it was Bushwood.
Bushwood was the name of the golf course.
I mean, that would have been a little better. It still wouldn't have been funny.
There's no gambling at Bushwood, sir.
The Bushwood Open or something. Maybe you could have gotten away with that.
That's fine.
Anyway,
I don't plan on batting 1,000. I want to hit 300-400. I want to be Ted Williams.
Lofty aspirations.
I don't think so. I think I'm hitting there, Mully. You're going to disagree. That's fine.
No, you're arguing with yourself. I just think you can
I'm arguing with you.
I think you could do better than 300 or 400 in the ballpark you play in. We're not asking you to hit a baseball. We're asking you to be funny.
You're saying
we're asking you to be funny or at least witty more than 40% of the
You're
time.
right. That is a low number to shoot for.
Exactly right.
Okay, I'm with you now. I'm with you.
Hey, Clip, nice hat. When you bought it, did you get a free bowl of soup?
Now we're just going to do Caddyshack lines?
Yeah.
All right. No. All right, Mully, what else is going on? How about this? Did you fill out a bracket?
No,
I don't fill out brackets.
No, I have historically and have had reasonable success, but I've not done one this year at all.
Should have jumped on our board, man.
Well, I didn't want to embarrass you guys.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
That would have looked bad if you came in here and hadn't watched. You watched one college basketball game, ECU Memphis first half, and that's it all year.
No, I've watched more games than that. I haven't been.
How about the team we saw live? That team had Gonzaga on the ropes the other night.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to fathom.
Well, the team we saw that night wasn't the team that had Gonzaga on the ropes.
Good point.
Yeah,
they had some of the jerseys. Some of the people were out there in the jerseys.
Yeah, they had 4 or 5 guys that were on the bench that were injured or whatever at the time, and they're pretty physically impressive dudes.
That TCU Arizona unfortunately was late on a Sunday night. Don't know if you stayed up for that one, but those two, and there's been some others, but those have been maybe the best 2 games of the tournament thus far. What has stood out to you, Mully? I guess here locally, you still got Duke and North Carolina alive,
and that's great. But the most impressive game to me still was watching Mark Wharton's the UT Chattanooga in the conference.
Man,
the conference championship where the lead changed hands.
Oh, that conference championship game?
Like 25 seconds, lead changed hands like 4 times. And dude hits a buzzer beater from the parking lot to win it. That was still the coolest thing I've seen this year.
We have had a bunch of overtime games. There's been some tight ones. Chattanooga had the ball to try to hit another buzzer beater in the first round and just rimmed out and could not advance. But I guess your darling this year is St. Peter's.
And that's been cool, but that's coming to an end.
Yeah, in a big way against Purdue.
Yeah,
you think? Yeah. Knocking off Big Bad Kentucky was kind of fun though. Let's see.
Yeah, that was one of those deals where you had to read that score twice because hold on, is that right or is that a typo?
And to beat them in overtime.
Right.
And it happened the next day, too, when North Carolina blew that big lead to Baylor. You think, all right, well, they had their shot. It's over. And they still were able to do it in overtime.
And, in college basketball, a lot of times that overtime period, when you have the discrepancy of St. Peter's and Kentucky, could end up being a 10 or 12 point lacking.
Usually it is.
Yeah. So good for St. Peter's.
All right. Who's going to win it, Mully? You got your.
I still like Gonzaga.
Okay.
The thing is, they have yet to peak or play to their ability in the tournament. And I think if they were able to grab that final gear, it could be kind of game over at that point.
Still 3 number 1 seeds left: Arizona, Kansas, Gonzaga. Purdue at times this year has played like a 1 seed with their 2 big guys in Ivy. So they are certainly a contender because they should be able to get by St. Peter's. You would think they could beat the North Carolina UCLA winner and get to the Final Four.
What? So many folks are just listening to it more than, and again, I've just casually listened, but there's a lot of folks liking Carolina into the Final Four.
They are hot. They lost to Virginia Tech. Outside of that, they have been maybe the hottest team in the country.
Yep. I just think it's a depth issue.
Shirley has a Matt Painter story. Did you know Matt Painter used to be an assistant at Barton?
I did not.
Was he a women's assistant, Shirley? Is that what you told me?
No.
Okay, he was
he was the men's. He was only there for a year, but he was one of the assistant coaches for the men's team.
Now he's trying to make the Final Four at Purdue.
That's pretty cool.
How about that?
Yeah, he had to have been fresh out of college at that point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
paying his dues.
That's how it starts. You got to get a foot in the door somewhere.
Yeah. Well, Michael Schwartz, Mully, has paid his dues and will now be the head basketball coach at East Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
That is true. May the Schwartz be with you.
I get that reference.
I heard Ellerbe say, he used the term, he won the press conference, and we've seen that before.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Scotty Montgomery, big press conference.
Scotty Montgomery was extremely impressive in his press.
Mike Houston also won a press conference.
Well,
so it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I don't think I was comparing it to Mike Houston, but
I know, but I like to be fair and balanced.
Okay. As it relates to Coach Schwartz, obviously, I think it was a foregone conclusion that somebody from Tennessee was coming in here, and and he was the lucky winner. So we'll see. Best of luck to him.
I see people say who would want this job all the time, and then when they get the job, I see he has no idea what he's walking into. I kind of agree with that. Just the graveyard that is ECU basketball. You just hope, Mully, that this is the guy.
But
we just haven't had the guy.
You got to feel like with the ties that Gilbert has, the depth of tie to Tennessee, that Schwartz is going to get every possible support.
Unlike the previous coach, probably.
Correct.
Yeah, which is not fair, but
no, that's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I agree with that.
You got to think that that's got to work in his favor. But this is truly, and we say it all the time as it relates to sports. Time will tell. Time will tell. And we talked about it a little bit before. The thing that he definitely has working for him is that the conference is coming back to the middle quite a bit in the next year or so with losing your best players. The downside of that is you could finish top 3 in the conference and still not get a bid. So if the mark of success is an NCAA or even an NIT bid, and the NIT seems more realistic with the new conference, those are attainable deals again with kind of softening your competition a little bit.
Bouncing around with Mike Mullis. Mully, how long can you hang out?
I mean, I'm good.
Let's take a time out. We'll come back and wrap up the hour with you. Is that all right?
Okay.
I want to ask you about the quarterback carousel, which continues in the NFL. And I'll talk a little baseball as well. ECU, milestone victory for Tommy Eason, Pitt Community College. And see where you are right now with Major League Baseball, how that relationship's going. That and more on the way on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our Spring Extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th. BeautyBarMedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Pirate Fest, presented by Subdogs and Suddenlink, offers 2 days of piractical tomfoolery. This free event includes 150 vendors, food trucks, art demos, BMX, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Friday, April 8th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring music from DJ Tay James. Then on Saturday, April 9th for a full day of activities from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., including a concert on the Town Common from Grammy-nominated recording country artist Eric Pasley. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home this March Madness season, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for two-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit qualityequip.com.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro. We are the professional office systems people.
Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit FamiliaNC.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330, and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-thru window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness Center will be hosting their Live Well Half Marathon Free 5K and 1 Mile Fun Run coming up this Saturday, March 26th at the Greenville Town Common. The half marathon will begin at 7:30 a.m. The free 5K starts at 9 a.m. and then the 1 mile fun run starts at 8:30 a.m. And the purpose of the event is to promote the health of Pitt County residents. And this event gives both competitive and first-time runners a chance to experience the benefits of physical activity and healthy living. For more information, call 364-2806 for the Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness Live Well Half Marathon Free 5K and 1 Mile Fun Run on Saturday, March 26th. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. Coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, ECU first-year softball coach Shane Winkler will join us. They have won 5 in a row, 8 out of 9, playing well. They'll be home on Wednesday and then open up conference play on the road against Memphis this weekend. So we'll talk a little softball, and then Seymour will brighten our day with some ECU basketball talk, and we'll look ahead at the matchups coming up on Thursday and Friday night. You can hear the games right here on Pirate Radio if you are out and about. So check them out right here this weekend on Pirate Radio. Mike Mullis here in the Pirate Radio studios, and Mully, we've hit on some hoops, some golf, let's talk some baseball. Going into the season, the Pirates were ranked where they were ranked, and I think you had a little pause on that. Like, let's wait and see what we got here. And so far, they have not been able to make up for the numbers of Connor Norby, Thomas Francisco. Offensively, certainly in the pitching department with Gavin Williams, especially with Carson Wisenhunt not being able to pitch all of 2022. So still looking to see what kind of team this is going to be, sitting at 500, 20 games into the year. Where are we, Mully, and where are we going with this baseball team?
Sitting at 500, 10 and 10, 20 games in. I mean, that's there's no, I don't know. It's weird, and I know the staff has probably got to be a little perplexed because I know they felt good about the team, and I think first off, when you lose the production that you just mentioned, man, that is just a huge mountain to climb to try to get those numbers back in your lineup. So I mean, the jury's still out. I'm sure they're as a club, including players, coaches, and everybody around it, they're clearly not very happy with where they've been. And I thought this past weekend, Friday night looked reasonable, and Saturday and Sunday kind of felt like, or the continuation into Saturday and Sunday kind of felt like a little regression there. So and it's funny though, and we've talked about it before, early on in the season, even when the offense was really kind of trying to find themselves, the pitching staff seemed to keep them right there. And now we're kind of got a little bit of a, nobody can quite figure out what the deal is.
It's 2 weeks in a row now. Some of the players come in here on Mondays and talk about how Zach Agnew said that they wanted to beat us, Charleston, more than we wanted to beat them. I mean, that's concern.
Well, that's a problem.
And to hear how they need to be the aggressor and be the hunter rather than the hunted and all that. But so there's that part of it, but there's also, you can want it as much as you want to. If you can't get it done, you can't get it done. So how much is it like?
I can't imagine that Agnos really meant that in kind of what he said, and I'm sure that if he was given an opportunity to expand on it maybe a little bit more, because it's not like this is not like East Carolina playing Carolina in basketball, where you would go, hey, this is a big game, we get up for this game. And East Carolina, they're a perennial, I say powerhouse, but a perennial team that's right there every year. But Chad Holbrook at Charleston, he's seen all this. He was at South Carolina. He was at Carolina. I'm sure that was not a here's a rah-rah moment to get fired up to beat the number. They just beat the number one team in the country midweek.
Texas, yeah.
So, I'm sure that there's probably further explanation. And I can guarantee you that nobody in the coaching staff wants to hear, that because what that kind of puts in your mind is that the going through the paces. Oh, well, it's just College of Charleston. I know that can't be what he meant. At least I
think he's saying that too. Moving forward, they just need to really treat every game as it's precious and I don't know,
and
full effort, all that stuff.
Right, all the coach speak stuff. Yeah. And again, I think those isms, they make good posters. But I don't know that to add pressure to yourself. I think you got to go out and play the game.
I know, and two, after you start to run out of things to say when you
what else do you want me to say?
I get the same questions over and over
exactly
again.
Right, and obviously all hope is not lost, and this thing is we'll see what happens. It's far from over. And looking at just a little bit that I've looked at the conference, it looks like that's going to be pretty interesting. Nobody really exerting any dominance on any of their non-conference opponents. So I don't know. We'll see. It is strange to think that an ECU baseball team is 10-10 at this point in the season, but let's also not forget that they've played one heck of a schedule.
Yeah.
So this is not a 10-10 where they've been beaten. Yeah, that opening
the Bryant thing.
That opening weekend was definitely was a black eye, but they've played some quality clubs, and that doesn't stop. They've got Wilmington tonight and Elon tomorrow, and they open the conference this weekend with Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Coming up next week. They got VCU this weekend.
VCU this weekend, and then
All right, Mully, have you followed the movement in Major League Baseball this offseason?
The trades?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that Freddie's gone, is that what
Freddie's
you're
alluding to? Matt Olson coming to Atlanta is huge to replace
I get it, and I get that move. That is a very good business move when you can, you and I talked about it, and you made the point that they basically bought the same production for less money and then a younger dude. So, it's a little more of a long-term play, but should the Dodgers go undefeated?
Man, yeah, I hear you, but we do this every year with Mookie Betts and they should.
They are an all-star team,
and they'll be there at the end of the year. But
it's just I don't know. You know what? We pick at the Yankees, and the Dodgers are on the West Coast doing the exact same thing that the Yankees have notoriously done.
And the Braves, I seem to root for a lot of losers, and I kind of like the uphill battle, the underdog stuff. But now the Braves, they bring in Olsen. They have locked down Albies and Acuna for multiple years. Kenley Jansen comes over from the Dodgers. They're not quite the Dodgers and the Yankees, but I'm glad to see them saying, hey, we're here to stay. We're going to spend money.
Yeah.
They showed what's your take on this, Mully, when you look at the payrolls and it shows the Dodgers and then the Baltimore Orioles are what is it, 4 times the amount? Yeah. Maybe more than that payroll compared to the Orioles.
Well,
what can baseball do? It's about getting an owner that spends money, right?
Again, this isn't new.
Yeah,
Steinbrenner's done this. A year ago we were talking about the Padres spending a bunch of money.
Right.
This is not a new thing. But it looks like
that's why it was weird to see the Twins get Correa, because they're never in the mix for these guys.
And it's no different than you look at what the NBA's done. You look at you look at the money that these quarterbacks are getting as they're getting shuffled around. It's a crazy lucrative business all the way around.
The business being the world of sports, athletics, professional athletics.
It's the world of TV entertainment. It's not. I'll argue till I'm blue in the face. It's not about selling tickets. It's about TV revenue.
Yeah. Mully, 2 years ago, 2 or 3, that offseason where Brady went to the Bucks, Rivers went to the Colts, I was like, this is
crazy.
This is strange. I've never seen it and now this is what the NFL is. If you don't have a quarterback, you are trying to upgrade, even if it's a minuscule upgrade from what you had the previous year. We saw Washington do it with Carson Wentz. Yesterday, the Colts bring in Matt Ryan, who I think is an upgrade from Wentz. But
is he?
I think so.
The only thing that you would maybe feel that way for is because at least he stays healthy.
There's going to be less turnovers.
Yeah, and Carson Wentz just can't seem to keep himself on the field.
And it's just like coaching where you see a coach stay somewhere for 7 years, kind of wear out his welcome. He gets fired, another team gets him, and they're fired. Hey, we got this guy now.
Right.
Tom Thibodeau's our guy now.
Right.
The other team just got sick of him. So now these fan bases are doing the same thing with these quarterbacks. Like, I'm sick of this guy. I'm sick of looking at his face. Another team gets him. Matt Ryan, we got a chance for a Super Bowl here in Indy. It's funny.
It feels to me like Matt Ryan's got to be about my age. I mean, it feels like he's been in the league forever.
I'm going to say he came out in like 08. No, that might have been Stafford.
I think his first year was 08.
Okay. 08 NFL draft. So Mully, he is 36.
No.
But in football years, he is 58.
He's 100.
Look at him. He look way younger than him, Mully.
When I saw him, they had all the highlights, whatever, here lately, and I'm like, he looks like he's like aged a million years, been in a tanning bed or something. I don't know.
So there you go. Your rooting interest is the Green Bay Packers.
What are they? I mean, no Devontae. We're back. No playmakers.
That's right. Devontae Adams is a
losing Devontae Adams is a way bigger hit than signing Aaron Rodgers was a bonus.
Nah.
100%.
Well, you don't like Jordan Love. You wouldn't rather have Love and Adams.
Well, give me Matt Ryan. I mean, if they're flopping him around like this, but I mean, you give the guy 3 years, $150 million, and again, the only way this is a success is he's got to win. When I thought it was 4 years, I said he had to win 2 Super Bowls. Now he's got to win one and at least get to another one.
Receivers don't seem to be make or break to winning a Super Bowl, but. And there's also the case of a quarterback making a receiver look way better than he is. I don't think that's the case with Adams. I think
we couldn't do it with him. We couldn't get by the first round with Devontae Adams. So what do we do now? I mean, you see what I'm saying?
I'd love to see the Packers draft a quarterback just to really freak everybody out.
That would be, But there's no quarterbacks worth drafting. You know what?
Was Jordan Love worth drafting?
Well, and I remember you asking me about that on draft, and I tried to I was like, you know what? He's a good athlete, blah, blah, blah. I tried to, he's awful.
You are not in the camp of Jordan Love.
No, he's awful. Look, if I was going to take a quarterback right now, whole picture, and a little bit, partial because it was on today, but Malik Willis, man,
you're falling into the hype.
I saw, and you know what? Just from a character standpoint, makeup, all those things, man. I think that kid is a good guy, and he's a great athlete. And
Chandler, you said it right before the show, right? Malik Willis or bust for the pan. So where does Baker Mayfield falls into that category of we're sick of this guy?
See, I would have rather seen Baker Mayfield.
But some teams going to bring him in, and the fans will be like, all right, let's go.
And if I'm Gardner Minshew, still, I've kind of continue to.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, guys.
Where's his agent? You should be his agent.
Hey, guys. I've had pretty reasonable success in this league.
Put me on a good defense.
Give me a chance
weapons.
to get a little run, and, let's see what happens.
Man.
It's really going to be a travesty if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. That's going to be like the end. All that money.
You're trying to talk that into existence. Don't do that. We don't want injuries to happen, Mully.
Well, no, but I just have.
You want them to have egg on their face for all this they've done.
I just feel like it's a terrible move. I just think it's at the total detriment of all that is Green Bay.
You've said this, Mully, and it just becomes more and more true every day. It's the Green Bay Rodgers.
Dude, it is.
It is a one-man show.
I guess he's going to throw it to himself, and
at Rodgers Field,
hand it to himself, and
the Rodgers Trophy. Lombardi's gone.
I don't.
Lambeau's gone.
Did they say? Did we re-sign Aaron Jones?
He's still on the roster.
Okay,
yeah. He's a good friend of mine.
Oh, you talking about Clips, buddy? Aaron Jones?
No, the other one.
No, I don't think I sent it to you. Did you see where I met Aaron Jones?
No.
Yeah, met him at Sub Dogs. He is cousins because Aaron Jones went to UTEP. Tristan Newton, an El Paso guy. He's his cousins. I met. He is a short dude too.
Okay.
Look at the bling.
So me and Aaron are
buddies. We're hanging out.
We're pals.
Yeah. How about that?
I was like, you know Mike Mully? Yeah, I know Mully.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. All right, there you go. Mully, thanks for hanging out, man.
Yeah, man. Enjoyed it always.
And beautiful week. Getting some golf in.
It's a beautiful day today.
Amongst your 8 jobs.
Supposed to rain tomorrow and Thursday.
Oh, we got it.
I'll be on the road.
10-4. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Take a time out. Come back. Hey, get your winks ready. Shane Winkler going to wink it up with us. They are winning some games. Talk about Pirates softball and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Hour 2 on the way after this.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a black tie gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
This is Dr. Chris Hasty with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. For more than 35 years, we've been taking care of the student athletes at East Carolina University. We are happy to have received the designation of official team physicians from the university. Whether you need assistance with a sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, my colleagues and I are here to help. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Hello, friends. This is Troy D, here to let you know that the Masters is just around the corner. Stock up on all your Masters gear with a visit to Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics has a wide variety of vintage, officially licensed Masters polos and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person at 304 Evans Street in downtown Greenville or online at shoptailgateclassics.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza. Homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. Listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer, the only hard seltzer inspired by Topo Chico Mineral Water's legendary taste. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is gluten-free and it contains only 100 calories and has an ultra-refreshing crisp taste with real lime juice and tequila flavor. Look for the Topo Chico Variety Pack today at your favorite retailer. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage Company. Please drink responsibly. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, rolling right along here on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We got Seymour coming up. We're going to talk about the matchups Thursday and Friday in the NCAA tournament. Also get his thoughts on Joe Dooley out, Michael Schwartz in as the head basketball coach at East Carolina. But right now, we will talk a little ECU softball. They're playing great. They have won 5 in a row, 8 out of 9. Shane Winkler is the first-year head coach of the softball Pirates. He joins us today here on Pirate Radio Live. Coach, appreciate your time. How you doing?
Great, Cliff. Thanks for having me. It's obviously a busy time of the season, but going really well for the Pirates, so we're really excited about a big week ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to get you on because you do have a home game coming up against UNCW and all the recent success that the team has been having. Winners of 5 in a row, winners of 8 out of 9. So let's talk about this run your team is on right now, Coach, and what's been going right for you these last couple weeks?
Well, I mean, the good thing for us, a little bit of everything the past week and a half. For the past 5 games, we've thrown shutouts. So we've got some great performances from the circle, from a couple of our pitchers, and then a lot of timely hitting. But again, it's just a lot of things that we've built up from the fall. Just again, trying to learn how to win, doing the little things. We're still needing to grow in a lot of places, but the biggest thing is finding ways to win. So I've said all along, I'd rather learn from a win than learning from a loss, and we're doing a lot of learning from a lot of good things right now.
You shut teams out, you're going to win a whole lot of ball games, Coach. Also, that 5 seems to be a popular number. You scored 5 runs in every win against College of Charleston, and also in one of the wins against Ryder. Is that, I know you want to score 15, 20 runs a game, but is that 5-run mark important to you? What do you want to score a game, Coach, that would make you feel comfortable that you can get a win?
You know, we don't talk a lot about it on where we need to be because, again, there's so many factors that go in. But, I mean, with the pitching staff, hopefully they can feel comfortable if we're in that 4 or 5 range. If we're doing that, then we feel like they're going to do enough to keep us in ball games. So if we can keep landing on that 5, I think we're going to do pretty well moving forward.
Shane Winkler joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. East Carolina will be home coming up Wednesday against UNCW at 5 o'clock. And, Coach, who are the individuals that have been standouts for you during this run you've been on?
You know, obviously, like we said, with the shutouts and the pitching staff and those 3, Logan Estes has really stepped up recently. Maddie Davis has had some really outstanding performances as well. And then Taylor Smith was basically 2 pitches away from a perfect game. And that was in the first inning of our last game against College of Charleston. She gave up a couple singles and then shut them down the rest of the way. So they've done really well. Then offensively, really, our entire outfield has done really well. Faith Jarvis has been our table setter at the leadoff spot all year, and she's been dangling right around 400 all season long. And then, again, Logan Estes, 2-way player for us, been pitching well, been swinging the bat really well. And then Sydney Yoder as well. Has hit really well for us. So our outfield has kind of led the way offensively, and then we've got some performances from game to game. So the good thing is we've shown that we can score runs 1 through 9 in the order, and that's been big because we haven't been relying on the long ball at all. So we've been manufacturing runs 1 through 9, and that's why we've been successful recently.
Shane Winkler joining us, Coach. When you start 2-5, do you have to, remind the team that you play a ton of games, that it's not going to happen overnight? You got off to a bit of a slow start. Obviously, that's turned around in a big way now. But what was that start to the season like, and was everybody able to remain locked in, and that's why you're having success right at this part of the season?
Yeah, that's where as a coach you try to win that cliche battle. You throw the one at a time and control what you can throw all those out there and make sure you're winning those battles. But the biggest thing is us focusing on what's right in front of us. We talk about looking through the windshield and things that are right ahead of us, and even that slow start at the beginning of that first tournament, and we were right in those games. I mean, we legitimately could have come out of that 3-2, 4-1. But we blew a couple games late, and the biggest thing that we've been talking about from the fall is we got to learn how to win. We gave away some games early on because we weren't quite ready to seal the deal and win games. So we're growing in that aspect right now, and it's really starting to pay off. But learning how to win is a lot tougher than you would think. It's not just rolling the bats and balls out and scoring more runs than the other team. You've got to make sure pitch to pitch and doing the little things within innings to stay out of big innings, and that's one of the things we didn't do during that first weekend. Is we gave a couple too many big innings up, but you got to limit damage and things like that. So we've been growing in that aspect, and again, it's been paying off over the past week and a half.
Shane Winkler joining us on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Conference play beginning this weekend. East Carolina will be on the road at Memphis, and then next week a doubleheader coming up against Duke during the midweek, and then the first home conference series coming up April 1st against South Florida. Coach, I asked you this before the season began, so let's reset it. As you look around the AAC, who's playing well in the league right now?
Well, a little bit of everybody at times, but I mean, at the top of the conference, UCF, RPI-wise, is 15th in the country, and I think they were ranked in 16th in one of the polls. South Florida has gone in and out of the top 25. I think they're one of the top 25 teams in the country, especially when they have their ace throwing. Georgina Korick for them is one of the top 3-4 pitchers in the entire country, so they can beat anybody, and they've shown that when she's throwing. And then Wichita State swings the bats as well as anyone in the country. But I mean, as you look from our conference top to bottom, and we're a 7-team conference, and 3-4 teams legitimately have a chance to go to the NCAA tournament every year. So I mean, you've got to battle every time you go out there, and we're really looking forward to conference play. So getting on the road to Memphis is going to be a big test for us. But I mean, every weekend from here on out is going to be one of those do or die, drag out wars as we go forward. So we're going to be tested a lot moving forward.
Well, Coach, another question I asked you going into the year that I want to update on. How are you enjoying Greenville? How about playing at Max R. Joyner Family Stadium and being around this area? How much have you enjoyed that so far in year one?
It's a dream. Pirate Nation is amazing, and we saw it down in Charleston, South Carolina this past weekend. Their facility, baseball, softball, is kind of a combined facility where they share a structure, and baseball is playing at the same time as we are. So we've got fans going back and forth from baseball and softball, and there were way more Pirate fans than home fans for College of Charleston in baseball and softball. And that was a neat experience, and hearing the purple gold chants from baseball and softball going on at the same time was really exciting. So I mean, just that aspect, just the support from the area, the community is outstanding. But you mentioned playing in Max R. Joyner Stadium, and it's tough to beat. Again, it's the best facility in the state of North Carolina. The best, if it's not one of the best in our conference, so it doesn't get any better.
Shane Winkler joining us today on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Coach, you've got UNCW coming up Wednesday, Memphis this weekend, and your team right now playing some great softball. I asked a few baseball players yesterday when they came in here about college baseball becoming more mainstream. It still feels a little niche, but it has certainly gotten more popular, more eyeballs on it. How about softball, college softball? I think you could readily find a softball game maybe easier than a baseball game if you're just flipping around on SEC Network, ACC Network, one of the ESPN channels. How much has that grown just your time in the game? I know you were a baseball player, got into softball coaching. How much has it become a little more mainstream over the years?
It's the growth has been tremendous. A lot of that is due to the sports and the NCAA, but I mean, just the overall support from universities that they've been pouring into women's athletics has been big. I mean, you see some of the facilities across the country for softball, or I mean, they're outstanding. I mean, just like ours, but there's, I mean, obviously so many of the Power 5 stadiums, but I mean, the growth of the sport has been extremely exciting. You said, I mean, basically every night of the week now, especially during the season, you can turn on any one of the channels. You're going to find a mainstream game. ESPN has games on Monday nights. They have Thursday nights. Obviously, you got your Friday, Saturday nights. So I mean, there's games every night of the week that you're seeing teams across the country, and the interest in watching those games is big. And then you'll see once we get to the World Series, I mean, the ratings for the World Series go up every single year, and they spread out the World Series this year to not be quite as long as baseball's, but a few extra days. And I think that's going to do even more for our sports, because you're not having to watch games at 1 o'clock in the morning. So the growth has been outstanding, and we love to be a part of that. And we're going to keep seeing that with just our local growth here and the interest in our team as we continue to have success. So we just love being a small part of it.
Shane Winkler joining us. Shane, I'm looking back at all the places you've been, and did you spend a little time at Purdue? Are you pulling for the Boilers in the tournament, or who are you watching in this year's NCAA tournament? How's your bracket going?
Yeah, I think my bracket's probably right along with everybody else's right now. It blew up a half day in.
Yeah.
But Purdue's home for me. West Lafayette is where my family lives now. So we're always pulling for Purdue a little bit. But I don't know if I'm allowed to say it out loud, but I'm a diehard Duke basketball fan.
Oh no!
Thursday night we'll be pulling for Coach K and the Dukies to extend his run as long as possible. So either way, when I get a few minutes to get to sneak away from preparing for games, it's great tuning into the NCAA tournament and watching that, because I mean that competition is exciting as anything.
No doubt. I really enjoyed it. You can catch the games right here on Pirate Radio if you're out and about. We'll have coverage Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the NCAA tournament, and ECU softball back in action coming up on Wednesday. They'll be on the road this weekend, but a lot of opportunities to see the Pirates coming up next week, and they are playing some great softball. Shane Winkler, first-year head coach. Shane, thanks for your time. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Cliff. Thanks for having me. Go Pirates.
Shane Winkler joining us on the program today. Softball team playing some great softball right now. Winners of 5 in a row, 8 out of 9. They will try to continue that coming up Wednesday when they host UNCW. We'll take a timeout, come back, talk some hoops when we return. What went wrong with Joe Dooley here at East Carolina, and what will Michael Schwartz do to get this team to the next level? We'll talk to Seymour about that and run down all the action coming up Thursday and Friday night in the NCAA tournament. We're talking basketball when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number 1.
Brown & Wood, your number 1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville. The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for two-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com.
With Domino's Carside Delivery, you can carry out any 3-topping pizza for just $7.99 without leaving your car. So you don't have to interrupt your kid's favorite song.
And we'll all be friends just for one day.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Next time you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up to the store, check in online, and Domino's will bring your food to you contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
In Greenville, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the one who mowed your lawn that week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on, State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer. Timothy and his team are here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer at 493-0002 and start saving today.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. Shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. And if you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, Greenville Auto World has a full service and repair facility. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World across from Speedway at Bells Fork, and you can go online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Welcome back to the program. Clip Rock here with you on a lovely Tuesday in eastern North Carolina. Great spring day. Great baseball day. East Carolina on the road at UNCW coming up later on tonight. They'll be home 4 o'clock on Wednesday against Elon. That time has moved up from 6:30 to 4 o'clock. So plan accordingly for Wednesday's game. And good time to talk basketball. We'll have the action for you coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. NCAA tournament action right here on Pirate Radio. We'll talk about that and what's going on here locally with Seymour, who joins us today on the Pirate Radio Live line. Always great to talk hoops with you. How you doing today?
Clip, always good, and this is the best time of year for basketball. It's just so much fun, and I know you love it, and I love it too.
I watched or listened to just about all of it last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday side, and plan to do the same coming up this week. And we'll talk about my bracket and your bracket and the matchups coming up later on. But let's start closer to home side because a lot has transpired since we last talked. Joe Dooley out as head basketball coach at East Carolina. And then, boy, a quick turnaround. John Gilbert had a plan in place and was able to execute that plan, bringing in Michael Schwartz. Before we get to Schwartz side, just kind of one final thought here on Joe Dooley. It certainly sounds like that there was he and the administration not seeing eye to eye, some kind of disconnect there. And I don't know, Si, when it comes to Joe Dooley not being here, how much of it is not winning enough, and how much of it is the behind the scenes stuff that we don't all know about? What do you think about that?
Well, first of all, you got to congratulate Joe Dooley for what he did. He came in, and I'm just saying, he came in with Dave Hart as the hire and Cecil Staten as the chancellor. Okay. 4 months later, neither one of them are in the picture. So the guys that promised support and promised to help you are both gone. And so that puts you behind the 8 ball right there. But look at the job Joe did. First of all, the APR issues were really tough when he walked in, and he got that straight. That was very difficult. I mean, and then recruited hard, got in the portal, and got a group in that wasn't the best in the world, but he had to get what he could get when he could. Then the next year, COVID hit, and I think Joe missed like 45 days of practice. I mean, that year was, you couldn't count. And I'm sure, and I'm not saying, well, hypothetically, I would think that Joe would go to the administration and say, look, these two of the first 3 years, we haven't been able to do what we need to do. And I think it just didn't work out. It just did not work out. But what Joe Dooley did was just work hard like he always does, played hard as his teams can play, never gave up. And this year had a 500 season, which is very rare for the school. So for Joe, I don't know if you could have done much more than he did. I thought he did as good a job as you could possibly do. Now you take the other side of it. John did not get a chance to hire who possibly he wanted. And so philosophically, you run into headaches there. Right? And then, look, neither one's wrong. Neither one's wrong, but that's what you run into. And the bottom line is, I know Joe Dooley. He'll end up landing on his feet. He is a heck of a coach and a hard worker. But I think, as you said, give credit to John Gilbert. He worked quickly and got a quality hire in a program that was one of the top 10, 12 programs in the country. So, and I don't think anybody thought that could happen, and he did. He pulled off a tremendous hire in Coach Forrest. And you got to give him credit. And I'll have to tell you this. I've been on the phone with Coach Forrest, and I've also texted Coach Forrest. He's ready to go. So that's the other side of it. This guy's eager and ready to go, and I've had several high school coaches in the area say, this guy's an unbelievable recruiter. He recruited our kids, and he was just tenacious and did a good job with it. Having said all that, don't ever think I didn't think Joe Dooley did a great job, and we were lucky to have Joe. So it's the way sports are today. I just see where Jim Jankovic is retiring after 6 years at SMU. That's hard for me to believe. I mean, that guy's a good coach, and I would have thought he would have been back, but it's so hard out there now. I don't know if the pressure was on or not, but a great coach is retiring, and that's the kind of the way it is. It's so difficult with the portal out there and the pressure on all these guys. It's just ridiculous.
Si Seymour joining us, and you're right, Si, and you said, you didn't say this is how it is in college basketball coaching or in coaching. You said in sports as a whole. I mean, just look at yesterday with the quarterback carousel in the NFL. It was just a boring Monday after March Madness weekend, and the NFL took over with all these quarterback moves. So that is the way it is, and to use another quarterback parallel, Carson Wentz gets announced as the Washington quarterback, and my first thought is, oh, no, I don't want this guy. And then you start to look at highlights and read some numbers, and you say, okay, well, he's an upgrade. I'm kind of getting excited about this. Kind of the same thing with me with Michael Schwartz. You hear it, and you're like, okay, Tennessee guy, that makes sense, but I don't know anything about him. And then you hear what others say about him. You hear the Zoom. You watch that he was on last week, and you start to get excited about what he could potentially do here. And I hate it, Si, when every time there's a coaching change at ECU before they hire the new guy, I see a lot of people say, who would want to come to East Carolina? Why would you want to come here? Well, there's a lot of young, hungry coaches out there that want that job and want that challenge. And here's another example of it with Michael Schwartz. I'm getting excited about it, Si. We'll see what he can do. But I think I'm not alone when I say that I'm excited about Michael Schwartz.
I'm really excited about it, and you got to understand that ECU is really in a tremendous basketball conference. It's a multi-bid conference. Should have had 3 this year. It's the multi-bid conference. That's why Joe Dooley took it. I mean, he knew that this is a league that you can get recognized in. He just had terrible circumstances come up that affected him. But make no bones, this is a good league. Now, are you losing 3 teams? Yeah, but you still have Memphis. You know, you still have teams in here that can play. This will be a good league. It'll probably get them. It'll still be a multi-bid. And the thing is, in today's world, it changes tomorrow. But this guy coming in, it's a great hire. It's one of the top assistants that he's got 20 years under him. It's not like he was at Miami and recruited well. He was at Tulsa and recruited well. He has been at Tennessee and Fresno State. This guy's been around the block 20 years and been successful. And he's now eager to get his own job. You're very fortunate to get a man with 20 years in that hasn't had a head job yet, because he'll be ready to go. He's got the experience under his belt to be very good. And the key is you got to support it. You got to support this program, because I can tell you right now, this fan base can be as rabid as any fan base if they will start supporting basketball. These fans are the best. And I thought they came out really good, and the students came out really good this year.
Yeah.
So can you do it? You can do it anywhere. let me get real here. But for the people at ECU said it can't be done, let me give you one name, Gonzaga. Now, how many people knew about Gonzaga? I mean, it really is not. It's not rocket science. You get the right guy and the right fit, you can be successful. I mean, it's just that simple. So you got to hope it's the right fit. And then you got to support it. And I think this young man is going to be a good coach, and people have got to get on board and help him to make this program work.
Seymour joining us. I like what you said about you talking to high school coaches, and they talk about how Schwartz is recruited and is relentless. He's got to be able to do that. He's also got to be able to recruit this roster. And right now, that is kind of a pressing issue. And I have the same thoughts a lot of Pirate fans do. Can they keep Tristan Newton in the fold? Can they keep Brandon Suggs in the fold? And that I don't know. That might be priority number 1 for Schwartz, right?
Well, it sure is, and he knows that. I mean, look, this guy's been in the circle. He gets it. Now, the sad thing is now, the pay for play comes into play. Is Carolina willing to set the money down? Because it's going to be not East Carolina, but their fans. It's a totally different world than I'm used to. I mean, it really is. And Brandon's going to be. I mean, Tristan's going to be one of those guys. People are going to want him. And I don't know what the rate. Who knows? This is a brand new store opening up that we just don't know about.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to handle that. So I'm really concerned about that. I just don't know the pay for play. I just don't know how you handle it.
What you're saying is a school could set up, or an individual, anybody could set up some type of NIL deal with a player to attract him to their school. Is that what you're referring to?
Right. NIL is going to come into play here.
Yeah.
And this is what I've heard throughout the college language, is Duke was the first one to get on this early for next year. And then I heard Krzyzewski say, I'll still be working for the university except for a different role. You wonder if it's NIL. You just wonder, is that NIL? I don't know, but I can understand if they do.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, I've said this, and I'm looking at geographically, it's going to be hard for a Mississippi and a Mississippi State compared to Texas. You're in an area. I think the Research Triangle's got a gold mine if they want it. But I'm just saying this thing is really, really tough. The NIL is going to be so different. Different language for me. I'm used to people going to play basketball and enjoying it, getting the scholarship. So it's going to be a different world now.
Seymour joining us, East Carolina hiring Michael Schwartz, and we'll talk to Igoe later on in the show. I saw in Hoist the Colors, he said that he thought we'd be getting some type of Michael Schwartz press conference this week. Do you know anything about that, Si, when he'll be here and talking to folks?
I know that he was driving in today.
Okay.
That's it. I mean, I don't know, and beyond that, you think about what's ahead of him. That's just driving in. That's not getting settled down. You got to meet with your players. You've got so much going on. I don't know. I wish I could tell you that, Clip. I really don't know. I just know that he's coming in today.
I hate to say it, Si, but hey, we're all selfish. I'm kind of glad Tennessee lost, so we can go ahead and get him here. Is that bad to say?
It is. I want him to win, too. I want him to win the whole darn thing.
Right.
And we can look up and say, we had a guy that won the national championship.
Right.
I mean, I was pulling for him. And listen, what I looked at, he had the scout for the Kentucky game, and they got and Kentucky got 22 points in the first half. In the first half, Kentucky was held to 22 points. They say, or the people that I've talked to say that he is really one of the best defensive coaches in the country.
Si Seymour joining us. Si, the SEC has been a disappointment in the NCAA tournament, but they do have one team standing, and that team is Arkansas. And I had Arkansas going to the Final Four. If I could redo it now, I might have Gonzaga beating them coming up later on this week, but I like the Razorbacks. They have been brutal to watch offensively so far in this tournament. That game against New Mexico State was an eyesore, but they will play defense for 40 minutes. That's Eric Musselman's team. They're tough. Do they have a chance against Gonzaga? How about that Memphis-Gonzaga game on Saturday night, side? One of the best games of the tournament so far.
Clip, you and I think alike. This is dangerous. We think alike. And I said that was a national championship type game.
Yeah.
They did not turn it over. They went after each other, one bucket here or there, and Memphis wins it. And I feel so sorry for Memphis in that. Had they played good earlier in the season, they would not have been a 9 seed.
Right, yeah.
They would probably been a 3 or 4 seed, and they still be playing.
I tell you what I like too, Si, from the other night after the game. Drew Timme, his comments. You saw the handshake line. There was, it felt like a heavyweight battle, and like you said, they went after each other. And then there was hugs after that game. It was cool to see some of the best players in the country have that mutual respect for one another after a battle like that.
Yeah, I talked to. I text Matt Dillon, who's the radio analyst on Memphis Radio, and I said, Matt, that was a tremendous basketball game. He said, we just couldn't handle Timme in the post. They didn't handle Timme. He just made some unbelievable shots. They defended as good as you can defend somebody.
Yeah.
He also said, my plane was delayed. We didn't get back to Memphis till 7 a.m. in the morning.
Man.
Their charter. But my point is, that, to me, was a national championship caliber or a Final Four caliber game. And I think I was glad I stayed up and was privileged to watch two teams lay it out there all night long. And it gave me a new respect, as you're talking about, for Gonzaga.
Yeah. Well, how about it? How about a letdown, Si, and Arkansas gets by them coming up Thursday night? Tell me that's possible.
It could be possible. It's possible, but then again, it's the SEC. They're looking at spring football right now. They don't.
You're right. I tell you what, the way they've gone in the tournament, I think you're exactly right. It's been rough.
Well, I was really disappointed in the SEC. I thought, and I've said this, I thought the Big Ten was overrated, and they're lucky to have two in it. Michigan shouldn't even be there. I really believe that. I think they were 17 and 14. They shouldn't even be in the tournament.
Yeah.
But they're there, and they've done well. But I'm saying they've got a lot of teams in and two left. But it is a good tournament. ACC's been surprisingly good. I think one of the reasons Miami's guards are unbelievable, and Larinaga is a great coach.
Yeah,
and they're scary. I would hate to play them.
Well, let's go game by game here, Si. So Thursday night, Gonzaga, Arkansas. I'll talk about that one a little bit. We'll get the winner of Texas Tech and Duke, and kind of interesting that Mark Adams there at Texas Tech is in the tournament longer than Texas and Chris Beard. Just throwing that out there. I know the Red Raider fans are happy about that. But they get Duke coming up. Coach K and Duke with a strong push there at the end of the Michigan State game to win that one. And Red Raiders, Blue Devils. That's going to be a fun one coming up.
That'll be a fun one. I would never, ever count Krzyzewski out. I just don't think, to me, to win it all, I don't think they have the guard play. I don't think they have the true point guard that can set it up and shoot it and run things the way they want to. But I say that, but Mike Krzyzewski's the guard. So he's going to set things up and run it. And they can still win it, but I like that Texas Tech team. It's going to be really hard on Duke to win that ball game I'll take Duke, but it'll be a nail biter, and I wouldn't be surprised if Texas Tech beat them.
Another great thing about this tournament side, you get Arizona, TCU, Memphis, Gonzaga the other night. Just some fun offense, a lot of scoring back and forth, and then you'll get these Texas Tech games, these Arkansas games, where every point is at a premium because they lock you down defensively so hard. Love the different styles, and Texas Tech has a unique style. They're going to lock you down on defense. So
exactly, they're going to play the defense. I love watching Virginia Tech, Texas. I thought. You're talking about two teams that lock you down and play.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yep.
They're two young, they're not young coaches, but two really up-and-coming coaches that are really special and fun to watch.
All right, Si, Villanova coming up Thursday night, taking on Michigan. Love Nova this time of year. Got good guard play, got the inside guys. Seem to be a very well-rounded team as they take on Michigan, who's been a surprise here in the tournament. Sounds like you're going with Nova, though, coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, Nova is Villanova. I picked them to win it, which is, and the reason I did I mention this to you the last show, Cole Snyder?
I don't know, refresh my memory. I don't know if you did or not.
All right, Cole Snyder. We came within inches of getting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that name. Yeah.
All right, now he goes to Villanova. I mean, he's playing for Villanova, getting 19 minutes a game. He goes into Jay Wright at the end of last year and says, I feel like I ought to play more, Coach. And he said, I'm sorry, partner, this is what you're going to get. So he transfers to Syracuse. We were in that final, too. It was down to Syracuse and East Carolina because we had an inside contact here. We had a guy that could get him. And it came to Boeheim's son, Buddy, called him and said, played AAU ball together. Come here. And that kid got 30-some against North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if he wasn't playing for them and he got 30-some, what's on that Villanova ball club? And I'm taking Villanova because of that.
Yeah.
That's why I took him.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Jay Wright is a great coach.
Yep. And he has been there before. The other game in that region on Thursday night. It's funny to me now, Si, I listen to a lot of shows, college basketball shows, people who don't follow the American in Houston. And there was one guy in particular I'm thinking about right now that said, you know what, I'm done picking against Houston. I admit I underrated them. They are some dogs. They will get after you defensively. He said they will hustle. They will die for every loose ball. This is stuff we know, Si, watching Kelvin Sampson and these Houston teams. Not only are they really good and talented, but they also outwork you. And that battle against Arizona is going to be awesome on Thursday night.
It will be a war. To me, I'm just saying this, Kelvin Sampson should be able to go before the North Carolina legislature as a hero. What he's done for that area of the state, he went to Pembroke State. His wife's on the board of trustees at Pembroke State. And what he's done at the University of Houston is a national program. That's worth recognizing this guy in this state. He is an unbelievable coach who's done a tremendous job. And I'll tell you right now, he shouldn't beat Arizona, but it'll be heads up either way. I'm telling you right now, it can go either way. He's getting everything he can out of these guys. And this is out without his two starting guards that are sitting on the bench hurt and have been sitting there most of the year, and he's still in the Sweet 16 of college basketball. Unbelievable job what he's I just admire him, his work ethic. His son is a great assistant, all those guys on that bench. And you got to understand, every unit that they play in, ECU gets a little bit of a check because of that. As long as if the Americans in the tournament, they get deep, we get a check.
Good point.
And not only that, he's making us money.
There's your rooting interest, folks, for Thursday night. That'll tip off after 10 o'clock, so schedule you a nap on Friday so you can watch that one, Si.
I will. I have to.
Let's go through the games real quick on Friday. The St. Peter's. How about Murray State is probably all last week thinking we finally get a shot at Big Brother Kentucky. We're going to prepare so hard for that one. St. Peter's beats Kentucky and then knocks off the Racers, and here they are in the Sweet 16 taking on Purdue. What a story for the Peacock side. It feels like it might be about to come to an end, though. What do you think?
I think they don't win this one, but I love the bulletin board in New York that they put up. They said, have you seen that?
I don't. What is it?
They said, "Look, you think we're afraid? We're from New York and New Jersey. We're not afraid of anything."
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. That's the bulletin board up there. It's wonderful.
I like it.
But I do too. But this team, they've got heart, soul, and they're talented. Mike Nettie worked up there, so I kind of knew how hard it is up there. He used to sleep in a school, a Catholic school, because they didn't have a place for him to live and didn't give him enough money. He'd sleep in the school, had to be out by 8 o'clock the next morning when school started, because they didn't want him in the hallways with the high school kid. Leave and goes and stays at St. Pete all day. It is a tough situation. About 3,000 students, and yet they're in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Unbelievable story, but I like that Purdue ball club, and I'd stay with Purdue. They're big, they're strong, they're talented. I would take Purdue.
All right, blue blood matchup, Si, coming up Friday night, North Carolina, UCLA. North Carolina gets the big lead. Got to give them credit for that. They blow the lead against Baylor, but then somehow win it in overtime. Si, as a coach, as an analyst, as a watcher, how many times does that team that loses the big lead lose in overtime? 80% it seems like? So credit to North Carolina.
Credit to North Carolina. Credit the big, we said this, credit the 3-point shot in the first possession on overtime. The kid and Kiss knocked down a 3.
Yeah.
And so, give credit to North Carolina. Give them their for winning that ball game, because that was just going to be a good ball game. I think Carolina's beginning to get it right. I think they can win this week. I just don't know if they can win the next one. I think they can win against UCLA. And UCLA is going to be tough, because you know how Cronin is. I mean, his teams are so tough physical. But I'm going to take North Carolina because they're playing much better now. They're playing loose, and they're gaining confidence. Or is their kid going to be able to play that got flagrant 2?
Yes. Yeah, Manning's playing.
Oh, well, ours didn't. Ours didn't get to play.
Right, yeah, I believe. Well, you know, I think he is, Si, but that's a good point. Brandon Suggs did not. Was that a conference ruling?
Yeah, it was a.
Well, there's no way the ACC is going to sit out Manning. No way.
So anyway,
yeah.
But I thought I'd bring it up just to throw a dig, you know.
Nah, that makes a lot of sense, Si. You're right.
So anyway, but I like North Carolina. I like that they're gelling at the right time. I just don't know. I look at Duke and North Carolina. I don't know if they're good enough to win it all. And that's crazy to say. Anybody in this group, look, let's get real. There are 350 teams. You're down to 16. Think about what we're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, good gosh, you're at 5 or 6%.
Well, my champion's still alive, Si, one of those 16, and that is Kansas. The Jayhawks taking on Providence, who have been called the luckiest team in America this year. Well, they didn't need luck so far in their run. They've been blowing out teams here in this tournament, but they take on Kansas coming up. I like the Jayhawks, but Ed Cooley's guys, they've been doing it all year, Si. That could be a good one Friday night.
No doubt about it. The Big East has 2, Nova and Providence. I like Providence. But I'm like you. I'm taking the blue blood. I'm taking Kansas. I think they'll be there again through in the Final Four. I think they're that good a ball club. And you got Bill Self. But Providence is good. I don't care who you are. When you go this far, come on, 16 teams out of 350. Whew.
Well,
you're really, really good.
And the last game on the docket, all I heard last week was how bad Iowa State was. I hadn't watched them play a lot, and here they are in the Sweet 16. But they got Miami. You mentioned it earlier. You like Miami. You like Larinaga. You going to take the Hurricanes on Friday?
We'll take those guards, those veteran guards, and Larinaga to get through that game. But then I would take Kansas to beat Miami.
Si, fun breaking it down with you. We'll talk some Final Four coming up next week on the show. We went a long time today, so I'm going to let you get your rest so you can gear up for some hoops on Thursday.
Look forward to it, buddy, and look forward to next week, and we'll be talking hoops, and you have a good weekend.
Thank you, Si. Si Seymour joining us today, breaking it all down here on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour 2 of today's show, get you set for hour number 3, where we will talk to Stephen Igoe and also make you a winner. Open up the booty bag. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our spring extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th, beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Pirate Fest, presented by Sup Dogs and Suddenlink, offers 2 days of piractical tomfoolery. This free event includes 150 vendors, food trucks, art demos, BMX, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Friday, April 8th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring music from DJ Tay James. Then on Saturday, April 9th for a full day of activities from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., including a concert on the Town Common from Grammy-nominated recording country artist Eric Pasley. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bo Jangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bo Jangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bo Jangler today, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? or keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome back into the show, wrapping up hour number 2. Clip Brock, Stephen Igoe doing some work. We were talking as we were coming back on the air about the Buffalo Bills signing Von Miller, looking for his 3rd Super Bowl ring with his 3rd different team and 3rd different quarterback. And when I saw that, I pointed out that he is trying to win his 3rd ring with his 3rd quarterback drafted in 3 different decades, because you had Manning in the 90s, you had Stafford in the 2000s, you could have Josh Allen in the 2010s. And I said if he wins with the Bills this year, he should go to the Bengals and try to get 4 Super Bowl rings with 4 quarterbacks drafted in 4 different decades. How cool would that be, Stephen Igoe?
Well, it's not going to happen because the AFC West is going to win the next 5 Super Bowls.
What do you got, division pride?
Yep, division pride.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
How's that NFC East looking?
We suck.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm glad.
Every team in that division is
good. I want the Giants and
Congrats on making the
Cowboys
playoffs
to suck.
7 and 8.
I'm not rooting for us the division to be good. I'm rooting for the division to suck.
You don't want to have fun football every single week?
I had fun when we were 7 and 9 and made the playoffs. That was fun. Who are you? Why are you so high and mighty all of a sudden?
Because the Broncos are Super Bowl contenders.
That is lame. I disagree.
You don't think the Broncos are a Super Bowl contender?
They need to make the playoffs first.
They'll be in the playoffs.
How? They're in the toughest division ever assembled.
They'll be in the playoffs soon enough, whether it's this year or not, if they make the playoffs.
I don't know. You can win 10 games and still miss it.
Exactly.
In that division you're in.
I know. That's what makes it so fun, though. Every single week is going to be high stakes. Every single AFC West game is going to be a big deal. When the Panthers and Saints play, or the Panthers and Falcons play, how bored is Chandler going to be in Week 14? Although he'll still be holding out hope that there's a path to the playoffs.
Exactly. I don't care. Look, I'm glad you said this, because now when the Chiefs and Chargers are in the playoffs, I'm going to ask you how happy you are about these teams in your division. And how great this is, and you're going to be rooting for them, right?
The Chargers, man. I don't care who they sign.
Oh, they stink.
The Chargers are going to finish in last place in the AFC West. Until they prove me wrong that they can actually live up to the hype for once. You want to talk about a franchise that's been hyped up and done absolutely nothing?
Yeah.
The Chargers are just the pinnacle of that.
I agree. They stink.
It's sad.
The Raiders stink. That division stinks.
Well, the Raiders did lose Zay Jones, and I mean they only replaced him with Devontae Adams, so clearly they're going to take a step back.
I tell you, they take a step back in leadership.
Oh, for sure.
They take a step back. Well, I was going to say in friendship, because Carr and Jones developed a great relationship.
Right.
But I think he's friends with Devontae Adams too. They played together, right? That's pretty
Fresno
lethal.
State.
I wonder what their numbers were. They were together.
They were insane. But you look at the division, man, it's just like, not to keep I don't even know why we're talking about this, but the weapons in this division are just insane. Like, the Broncos' weapons are underrated because they had freaking Drew Lock and Teddy B thrown to them.
I love Sutton. I love Judy.
Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick as your number 3. They got KJ Hamler, who's going to be, to me, the perfect fit for Russell Wilson.
So yesterday I'm watching CBS Sports Network, and it's got the fantasy tight ends.
Albert
O? For this year. Now, the Broncos tight end was Noah Fant, who went to the Seahawks. And I was shocked when I saw a Broncos logo up and a name I'd never heard of before in my life in the top 15 fantasy tight ends for this year. Albert Okwuegbunam.
Albert Okwuegbunam. Albert Okwuegbunam, I think is Okwuegbunam. Yeah.
Okwuegbunam.
There you go. Okwuegbunam.
Who the hell's Albert Okwuegbunam?
Albert O, as he's known in Broncos.
Because you idiots can't say his last name.
He's going to be a great fantasy tight end, because he does nothing but catch the ball. He doesn't block. He doesn't.
Is he on the team?
Yeah.
Was he on the team last year?
He's been on the team. He was Drew Lock's teammate in college. And so they drafted him in the 4th round or so a couple years ago. He's dealt with some injuries, but to me, he was a better pass catcher than Fant. Fant was better after the catch and a better blocker, but Fant, now he's got unreal upside. But Albert O, to me, I think is kind of a fantasy sleeper at tight end for sure because they don't really have another tight end, and they're going to use the tight end, I think, with Russell.
Well, the commissioners in my fantasy league are both Broncos fans, so they're going to take this guy too early, and I'll never get a taste of him. I had a Raiders fan text in and say the Raiders are better than the Broncos. Sorry.
No. I think the Raiders are better than the Chargers, though.
Right now, we're just projecting that Russell Wilson's going to come in and be Russell Wilson. I guess you have to project that.
Yeah, I mean, last year was the first year they didn't make the playoffs. And
Did you like Russell Wilson before, like, 3 weeks ago?
No, because he kicked the Broncos' tail in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and he was the state guy.
So but I mean, watching the press conference, man, he won me over. You know what
that bright orange tie?
They asked him what he hopes to accomplish in Denver. He said play 10 to 12 more years and win 3 to 4 more Super Bowls. And
okay,
he's 33. So like I thought he'd be like win another Super Bowl, and he's like
he's a young 33.
Yeah, he is, but he's taking some hits, so we'll see. But he's never had a problem with injury before last year. I don't know, man. It's just the NFL right now is crazy. The AFC is insane. Like even the Colts making the move for Matt Ryan. Not that I think Matt Ryan's like still Matt Ryan, but he's still.
Good move.
I mean,
how about the Colts and how aggressive they've been at QB
for several years now?
Ever since Luck went down, they brought in Rivers, Wentz, and now Ryan. And Ryan doesn't have too many years left. They're going to be doing it all over again.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is they have a good enough roster where they can make the playoffs, so they're just trying to plug and play a quarterback. I forgot to mention when I got so fired up thinking about it. Josh McDaniels is the Raiders head coach, so when he proves to me he's still not a freaking idiot as a Broncos fan who saw him just torch the franchise, then I'll believe that the Raiders. But they have a really good roster, man. I think I think the Chiefs aren't going to win the division. I think it's going to be Denver, not San Diego, LA, whatever they are now.
Oakland.
Or Vegas. I got one of them right.
They can't even stay in their own cities.
That's the problem, man. I mean, it's a joke when Denver goes to play, especially the Chargers. I mean, there's no Charger fans.
Yeah, Vegas crowds are pretty good, though.
Yeah.
So, all right. Don't you love the NFL? We got all this going on.
And I'm just ready for the NFL. I'm ready for it to start tomorrow, man. Let's go.
The draft is next month. Yeah, so
excited to see what quarterbacks are going to be taken. Like, there's just
and what teams take quarterbacks? Is it ones that already have a QB? Is it the ones starting from scratch? There's like so many unknowns this year. Where's Baker end up? Where's Jimmy G end up?
I still think one of those guys ends up in Carolina. I mean, if you're the Panthers, like the division outside of Tampa is so bad. I feel like they've got an opportunity.
The Falcons seem completely lost. They brought in Mariota. Is that right?
Yep.
They just seem like... I think the Saints and Jameis can be pretty good, but not great.
But if you're the Panthers and you make the right improvements and get a quarterback, you can overtake the Saints.
I agree. I would agree with that.
And then if you rack up some wins versus the Falcons and Saints, and you're playing... Are they playing a last place schedule? Did they finish in last in the division last year?
Chandler!
Man.
Did the Panthers finish last?
We're having a quality Panthers conversation.
We're talking NFL, bro. Let's go.
Let's go, man. I'm in here.
Did the Panthers finish last in the division?
No.
Third?
Yes.
They finished third.
Well, third place schedule is better than first or second, but still, they potentially have a chance to get some wins. So if you're in a weaker division, you have a chance to make a move. Why not go for it? I mean, I don't think you're gonna have to not give up that much to get Jimmy G. I would think he's not a premium quarterback.
I know, but look what the Falcons, the Colts gave up. They didn't give up hardly anything. It was like the third rounder or something for Matt Ryan.
Now his cap hit was astronomical. I don't know. I haven't read what the deal is with that.
So if they're taking that much money, they'll ease off on what they ask in return or whatever. All right, good discussion. We'll take a timeout. We'll talk some ECU. What time you got to leave? It's a loud drink you got there.
5:25. 5:25.
5:25. We got
a solid 22 minutes to go.
By the time we come back, we'll have about
18 minutes.
Less than. I mean, we are really looking at our clocks here now. Well, talk some Pirate athletics with Stephen Igoe. What do you want to know? Ask a question on Facebook Live, Twitter, call in 317-1250. More to go when we return after this.
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a Black Tie Gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 39 years in business all month during March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blasts from the past menu favorites like Cancun oysters, chili dog, costillas, and the pollo limon. The celebration doesn't stop with your favorite Mexican food. Drop in for one of those famous Chico's margaritas in the bar or outside on the patio. Hurry in, the celebration menu ends March 31st. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh, she's doing great.
Oh yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Here is your ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar, sir.
Oh, thanks.
Wanna watch the game? Ooh, little sports ball on a Sunday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Hey, did we win? It sounds like we won.
It's still the first quarter.
I must be lucky. People say that about me. Tough break on that free throw there. Shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, we're watching football. Come on.
For everyone who spent the entire game explaining the entire game, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. At Angel Oak, they continue to make customer service a number one priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success, and the combination of their local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard, conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. Now let's step back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, got a few minutes here with Igoe before he heads out to ECU, a spring of football practice, and I'll start there, Stephen, since we only have a few minutes with you today. Spring practice, what stood out to you so far, if anything, in terms of, for sure?
I have.
No, Mark Lindsay has probably stood out.
Yeah, that has been a standout, and it's honestly been, just hasn't been the same.
Yeah, seriously.
For sure. And we don't get those same questions anymore. But no, anyways, back on track. Sorry, I was trying to multitask. I'm terrible at multitasking.
You can't even do the show while ECU's playing a game.
That's true. So I'm trying to make a graphic and talk at the same time.
Which I think says a lot about your professionalism and your love of what you do. Or at least your passion for it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know if those two things correlate, but it works. Anyways, what I see from spring football is offensive linemen. I see offensive linemen that are looking the part, that look good. I saw about 30 minutes of practice on Saturday, full day in pads, first full day in pads and inside the stadium. And I like what I saw, and that is without 4 potential starting options in the mix.
I was kind of going to go there next. So who's out there, who's not? Holton Ahlers said the transfer Moore is in.
Parker Moore.
He's participating right now.
He is.
All right, so let's go like Bailey Malovic.
He is out right now, but every time I've seen him at practice, he's out there. He's eating. It's hilarious. He's eating like peanuts or something. Like he's on the Bryce Williams diet.
Yeah. All right, Rob Vanderland.
He is also out. So there's 2 guys. You know, Malovic started last year as a starter. Vanderland was a top backup who helped fill in for Malovic when he got hurt, and then he went down. So both those guys are out right now, but they'll be back in the summer.
That is positive. Noah Henderson. Now, if you take the inflection of my voice there, it sounds like we're going to go a different direction with him.
Noah Henderson is in. And Mike Houston told me that he is practicing and playing right now as well as he has ever played.
Now, he had like a lingering deal. Like something back that just couldn't, he was just going to deal with it. He was going to play. He was going to come out of the game, just play through the pain. Is that something that's going to happen in 2022?
I think it's something that's always going to be there, but it sounds like he's far enough maybe removed and continues to do some physical therapy to where, and they're really, they're really.
Do you want to talk about Grady Dick? Did y'all hear about Grady Dick? Hey, Chandler, did you hear about Grady Dick? Grady Dick has been named the National Boys Basketball Player of the Year.
Congratulations to Grady Dick.
It just popped up on the screen as I was trying to answer that.
I feel like they wouldn't have his name up here the whole time if it wasn't Grady Dick. I think they're in on the joke. And Igoe is so immature, he can't handle it. He can't.
What a terrible multitasker.
Exactly. You just get that on the screen.
He looks like a actor in a basketball movie.
Look at that Jay.
He's like this clean-cut white kid that is the
swatted
out of here. He's definitely going to Gonzaga, right? Or Duke.
Let's Google it up.
All right, let's see where he's going. Okay, back to your thought. I have another question if you're ready for it.
Henderson, is that what I was talking about?
Yeah, Noah Henderson.
Noah Henderson. To me, I think he's playing as well as he is, and he's also healthy because they can limit his reps this spring, similar to what they're doing with Holton Ahlers. And so he's in a good spot. Now, once you get into the grind of the season, the depth of tackle would be big because then you can continue to do that, hopefully, and knock on wood, that guys stay healthy this year and you don't lose an offensive tackle for the season on the first play of the season.
Grady Dick's going to Kansas. Do you want me to read first words in his profile? Long and lean. Shooter. And guess what?
Strong basketball IQ.
White guy with the strong basketball IQ. Who would have thunk it?
Every sports analyst in America.
All right, now, so Malavik, Vanderlyn out. You said there's 4 out. Who are the other 2 that are out?
The other 2 are on the way.
Oh, okay.
As in transferring in, and they will be here in the summer.
Okay.
One of them was actually at the scrimmage, or not even the scrimmage, the practice inside the stadium Saturday. Justin Redd, he's transferring in from Norfolk State. Probably going to play guard. He was an All-American guard at Norfolk State at the FCS level. And then Ben Johnson, a offensive guard / tackle / center, kind of a swing guy from Marist College. Those 2 guys will be in the summer. And Johnson has 2 years left. Redd has 1 year left. So, I mean, you're talking about, and right now you've got some pretty good guys on the offensive front. You got Avery Jones at center, Noah Henderson at right tackle, Isaiah Foote, who's a guy that's been in the program. I think this is his 3rd or 4th year now. He's running with the ones currently. Nishad Strother has been here. And then you've got Parker Moore and Walt Stribling, who are switching off as the first team offensive tackle. And Stribling has looked really good too. So you got guys developing, older guys coming in, older guys coming back. The offensive line on paper is in as good a shape as we've seen during the Mike Houston era and for several years.
All right, another big question mark is the receiver position. So C.J. Johnson. Jesus.
You want me to stay into this segment? I'm almost run out of coffee. And so what?
They put a lot of ice in that thing.
And I said light ice. Look.
Can you say quiet ice next time? It is.
I'm just going to say no ice.
No ice.
You get double the drink.
How are you going to get iced coffee without ice, though, you know?
It's just going to be
a coffee. C.J. Johnson suspended. Tyler Snead out. Audio Matosho gone. Igoe's pointing out a name, and I like that name.
Well, I'm pointing to him because he's wearing an audio to tell him that.
Oh, he's wearing that number. Oh, man. Taji Hudson wearing the 8 now. That would make sense. Always cool to see Terrence Copper Jr. On the roster
he's
as well.
Some reps.
I believe that Holton Ahlers said the name of last year's spring darling.
Kerry
King looking like scary Terry McLaurin in that 17 out there. Kerry King. So who is stepping up that you've seen early on, Igoe, or who are the coaches talking about? Who are people talking about at the receiver position?
Kerry King is one guy that I have noticed is doing some different stuff, and I was out there today. Holton Ahlers was kind of instructing him around, telling him about alignment, where to line up, but he's got big time speed. He's got the ability to beat teams down the field. He can play outside, inside. Another former walk-on looks like could be a contributor at the receiver position. Maceo has been a little banged up. He's kind of I would say, favorite to take over the starting slot position. But, there's a ton of guys there. Jari Patterson's a former Marshall transfer.
Yeah, I was going to ask about him because people were high on him coming in.
He's got great athletic ability. It's just all about the mental side and all that sort of stuff. Jalen Johnson's been running with the ones a decent amount. The Georgia transfer who's in his first semester at ECU. Brock Spalding made some catches the other day. Josiah Hatfield's working some in the slot. So, yeah, there's just a lot of guys. And
is this my guy?
Yeah.
He's still here? Andre Pegues?
He's still a junior. He could still be here.
My God. Let's get him on the field.
I just think that, he's more of a special teams guy at this point, unless he just has a breakthrough spring.
I can't believe he's still on the roster. I swear he's been here forever. I know Holton is high on Josiah Hatfield as well. And
yeah,
we have seen him make some plays on the field.
Consistency.
So has he played 3 years?
This is his 4th year.
Yeah, first year he was involved quite a bit. Second year,
disappeared.
Injury. Yeah, he just kind of last year made plays here and there. Want to see him back the way he was his first year. Does he still have a chance to do that?
Yeah, I think last year was a major step in the right direction. It's just consistency with a lot of these guys, and he's kind of the prime example. He has all the speed, good hands, has made some tough catches in the past. It's just what's it going to take for him to be consistently in the lineup and out there, and that's just something he's got to prove. He's got to go out there and earn it. They're not just going to hand it to him because he's got talent and upside. He's got to earn it, and so I think he's definitely a guy that could take a big step forward. And, he worked outside some this year, or last year. I think he's doing more in the slot this year with Snead gone.
Sounds like we have 12 slot guys. Who's on the outside?
Jalen Johnson on the outside. Troy Lewis. Kerry King has been on the outside.
King's a shorter fella.
He is, but he's got some speed, so he can do a little bit of everything. Tyree Saunders, Ray Rose.
Okay.
Andre Pegues.
They're going to have to impress the coaches, but also develop a rapport with Holton Ahlers, because Holton is missing that security blanket that was Tyler Snead. And this year, Igoe, his security blanket might not be a receiver. It might be Ryan Jones or Shane Calhoun or a tight end.
Yeah, I mean, I continue to see a lot of 2 tight end sets.
When we do over-unders this year, I'm going to have to boost that number. Like, will a tight end be a leading receiver is a real question this year. Have the most catches on the team.
Yeah. I mean, if you told me to guess right now, I would say Ryan Jones leads the team in receptions.
Right. And that's kind of where we are.
And there's a lot of design plays for both those guys, Calhoun and Jones.
Will Keaton Mitchell have more catches than ECU's second leading wide receiver?
No.
I'd say yeah.
I mean, it's a possibility.
I'd say 38 to 35.
I think eventually what will happen is they'll add a receiver transfer as a potential number 1 guy. They've got somebody visiting this coming weekend from Toledo. And then I think, I'm still torn on this, but I think C.J. Johnson will ultimately be back.
That number has risen. We're going to do a couple of percentages before you leave. I feel like you were below 50-50 on CJ.
Yeah.
Before now, and now it's closer to 50-50, and now you're saying above 50% that he's back.
I think just he's still got to do some things, but he hasn't messed up the process of coming back yet, it sounds like.
Part of that, too, is him wanting to come back, and I guess that part is happening.
Yeah, I think he wants to come back. He's been, just everything I've heard, I haven't talked to CJ personally, but it sounds like he's been following the strict plan that they have for him, and I do think you have to sit him out the whole spring, because you got to give the guys on the team that have earned the right, give them those reps. You know what CJ can do anyways. Would you like to have him out there if he's going to play? Sure, but he also needs to serve his time.
Wait, so is CJ going into year 4, and he's only participated in one spring?
He's had one spring last year.
Wow. Interesting. All right, a couple more percentages before you leave. Go ahead and turn your radios off. You're not going to want to hear this. Percentage that Tristan Newton returns to East Carolina.
I don't know, man.
Just say it. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
I don't have any inside information one way or the other. I think it's a good thing he hasn't entered the portal yet. I still say 50-50. Why do you look at me like somebody just died?
I feel like I've read... First of all, you've been saying he's gone for months now, just kind of being a jerk to me, I think. You didn't even believe it. You're like, well, Tristan Newton's leaving.
I said that Tristan Newton, the word was if Joe Dooley was back, there was a plan to bring in his brother from Joe Dooley, who's at, his brother's at Evansville. He's going to come in as a grad transfer.
Winston Newton.
I think it's Jawan Newton or something like that.
Blitzen.
All right. Either way.
So 50-50? All right.
I don't know, man. Probably 40-60.
Okay.
Is that better? Does that make you more
I want you
realistic?
to tell me what you feel.
My feeling is I have not heard anything from Tristan, nor have I heard anything from the new regime, so I am totally spitballing.
Well, how about do your job?
How about I've contacted both sides, and I've yet to...
Have you showed up at Subdogs and seen him and Aaron Jones and asked him in person?
No.
Because I did. I'm not going to tell you what he told me.
I think...
I'm just kidding. I did not ask.
This is the thing that concerns me.
Okay.
Tristan Newton's from Texas. Texas A&M has Steve Rockefeller on
also in Texas.
Also in Texas. He recruited Tristan Newton to East Carolina.
They're one missing piece from getting to the tournament.
Tristan Newton. Joe Dooley searching for a job. If he ends up on assistant staff, or I've heard Louisville and NC State.
Oh my
possibilities.
God. I got another question. Likelihood Tristan Newton's wearing a shade of red next season.
If Joe Dooley goes to those places and or one of those places, and Tristan Newton wants to follow, you have that possibility. So I think there's a chance for sure that it happens. It's just there's still a lot of things to play out. And that if you're Michael Schwartz, your philosophy is defensive basketball and kind of length and athleticism. Tristan Newton's a perfect fit for your system. Tall point guard, can match up with anybody on the perimeter. 6'5", perfect player to build around. So there's a lot for Coach Schwartz to sell coming in here.
Tennessee's got awesome guards. That Ziegler guy and the other one, I can't think of his name. Bring some of those guys in, man.
I mean, as talented as they are, and the interesting thing is he recruited a lot internationally for them. A lot of those guys were under the radar until he found them.
That giant European dude the other day did our taunt, Chandler. He was doing the "you're too small to guard me," and then they ran down the court, and their big guy scored an and one on him. Final one, Brandon Suggs.
I think he's back. I mean, he'll have interest, but to me, Brandon Suggs is a perfect guy for ECU. I don't think he's going to go to wherever and be a star. I feel like he's a perfect player for ECU.
I feel like he is too.
And where else are you going to have the Sugg boat?
Exactly. Nobody loves him more than me and a few others.
But that's one of the more interesting storylines to follow is just these next few weeks.
Yeah.
How the roster turns out, what guys does Schwartz reach out to in the portal so we can kind of get a feel for what he's looking for. And he's got to evaluate the roster. He's got to go through the games and say who's a fit, who's not. I don't think he's just going to look at the roster and say, hey, this guy's 6'1", I don't like him, we're going to ship him out. So there's got to be some conversations, evaluations had, all that sort of stuff.
All right, Igoe, thanks for hanging out. Go to hoistthecolors.net, new podcast out where, interesting, Steven talks to one of the message board posters. That's a new feature. And it started last night.
Yeah, check that out, and it was a good conversation. So maybe one day we'll get CB3 up there.
He's an interesting guy. All right, thanks for hanging out. We'll send you off to football practice. We will take a time out. Shirley, you want to go and open up booty bag here on Tuesday?
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, you can win game-used ice from Stephen Igoe's Loud Cup. And what else, Shirley?
Lunch for two at Tiebreakers.
The Breaker. Open for lunch and ready for you. 317-1250. What caller are we looking for?
I'm going to go with caller 10.
Caller 10, 317-1250. We're back with you. We're back with you after this.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters in Greenville on March 28th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
We have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
What's going on, y'all? This is your man, Petey Pablo, and right now you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Raise up!
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit qualityequip.com to find the location near you. And congratulations to Tanya Hooks of Greenville. Picked up lunch for 2 at Time Breakers. Time Breakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tie Breakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, during the break, we saw Rip Hamilton on TV on CBS Sports HQ. Said, hey, Hamilton had a March Madness buzzer beater.
And it's a great play.
So Chandler and I looked at it. Favorite March Madness buzzer beater? Go.
Oh, boy. I'm going to go with...
I know what Shirley's going to say.
I know what you know.
This conference tournament started count as March Madness?
No, you can't say Kimba. I'm talking about the NCAA tournament.
I'm going to go... Oh, no, I can't go with that one. I don't know.
All right, Shirley, you're going to say Christian Laettner.
Yep.
Knew that.
Because I was watching that game at my best friend's house in her living room, and it was a late game. Laettner hits the shot. We lose our minds, wake up everybody in the house.
Vern Lundquist, I believe, on the call.
Yes.
Jenkins, Villanova.
Chris Jenkins
over Carolina.
To win a championship.
To win the national championship after Marcus Page hit a acrobatic shot.
Like a triple clutch.
And then you had Chris Jenkins just putting a dagger in the hearts of Tar Heel fans?
Our almost favorite would have been Hornet player Gordon Hayward. If that bank shot would have gone in against Duke, but it did not. My favorite, pretty lame, pretty obvious choice, but the play was called Pacer, and it was ran by Valparaiso, Homer Drew.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
And he drew it up for his son,
the giant
Bryce
killer.
Drew.
The giant killer. That's what Valpo was called for
And
quite some
also,
time.
Ron Hunter drawing up the play for his son, R.J. Hunter.
Yeah, was that a buzzer beater?
That was not. There was time left on the clock.
But one of the greatest moments in March history.
Yes.
So.
And now he's dressed into a T and acting a fool with Minji's.
And has folks excited about Tulane basketball for the first time.
Yes, that is correct.
Ages. So good for him. Scott says, Weddenberg, that's a long way. And was it Lorenzo Charles? Yeah. He says NC State versus Houston, 1983. I mean, that's to win. Is that one and Jenkins the only two that come to mind to win a championship game?
At the buzzer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There been any other?
Because that Christian Leitner shot was...
that was like Elite Eight,
I think it was Elite Eight, yeah.
It was on a Saturday night. Because my mom was a Duke fan. And my friend who was spending the night that night, Andy, was a Duke fan. And we were in the living room watching it. And they were all cheering, and I was just disgusted by it all.
I just remember because my best friend's dad used to deliver bread to, like, grocery stores. He worked for Sunbeam, and he had to be up at, like, 2-3 o'clock in the morning to go and load up his bread truck. So he was already asleep. And when Leitner hit that shot, and we started jumping up and down screaming, we woke up.
I hate Christian Leitner. And I don't, but I just love that documentary.
That's a great, that's a really good documentary.
All right, we got a good one here, I think, from Robert. James Forrest. That's a throwback. Georgia Tech.
What year was that?
1992.
Oh, my goodness. That was my
seconds.
junior year of high school.
Just catch and chunk. Well, what was Leitner's was like the same year, right? 92, 91 or 92. It was one of those.
I remember I was in high school. I don't remember the exact year.
And I hated, he said Tyus Edney, too, which was just a coast-to-coast, the lefty point guard for UCLA, which that one stunk because they were the favorite. I always root for the underdog in the tournament, but Edney laid it in to get the win. Oh, one of my favorite, it was not technically a buzzer beater, but I'm going to pull it up because it was Vern and Bill Raftery. It was Northwestern State. And here's another thing. Here's why I always remember that one.
You know what grinds my gears?
The court. They had an awesome court for this game. They had the all black paint and inside the 3-point line and like all inside it. Because at that point they would do it on, they didn't have what am I trying to say? The courts all didn't look the same.
Right.
Where it's just NCAA tournament. They had unique courts. So I'll always remember this one because the entire inside the 3-point arc is all black. But Northwestern State is playing Iowa, and you got Vern. They just make a miracle three in the corner. And you got Vern and Raftery.
In the corner, 3 seconds to go. Oh, my goodness!
Onions! Iowa comes down, misses one. God, the tournament's so awesome. And
I'm looking at a list. It's on NCAA.com. Apparently, from 1977 to 2019, there was 34. No, 2021, there was 34 buzzer beaters. One of them was involving UNC Wilmington.
Oh, Maryland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maryland.
It was Drew Nicholas.
Yes.
Hit a shot to beat
Very
UNCW.
Good. Yeah.
Hey, I like this. Let's quiz me on this.
75-73 Maryland over the Seahawks.
Right in front of the Maryland bench.
You know what year that was?
I'm going to say it was the year after they won the title, so it was like 02, 03, 04.
Was that when
03.
Was that when Gary Williams was the coach at Maryland?
Sweaty Gary.
Yeah, that dude. good Lord, he had a perspiration problem.
You had Texas over West Virginia, 74-71 in 2006.
Does it have the player's name? Was it Ivy? Maybe I'm wrong. Royal Ivy? Nah, I don't know. Let's see. I'll look it up. All right, what else?
In 2008, Western Kentucky takes down Drake 101-99.
Wow, I don't remember that. That's awesome.
Ty Rogers, game-winning 3 for Western Kentucky. You have Villanova in Pittsburgh in 2009. Villanova still in the tournament this year, 78-76 over Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow. There is a 13-minute... Oh, Tate George. That was an old one. A 13-minute YouTube, 14-minute YouTube, every March Madness buzzer beater from 85 to 2021.
Wow.
I'm watching that when I get home tonight.
There you go.
There's 14 minutes of my evening planned.
You remember Scotty Reynolds, Clip Rock? He had a last-second layup for Villanova to beat Pittsburgh in 2009.
Yeah.
Murray State beat SEC contender Vanderbilt 66-65.
I remember
it doesn't say the names.
I remember the old ones more than the new ones. Like the 80s and 90s ones, I remember, or I would say 90s and early 2000s.
Michigan State over Maryland 85-83 in 2010. Cincinnati beat Purdue in 2015 66-65. Iowa goes and beats Temple, the Owls, 72-70 in 2016.
I had Temple in that game. I went to Wings over Greenville. I remember that night.
Yeah, so Adam Woodbury's tip-in defeated the Owls.
Love it.
Your Xavier, whatever their names are. Wisconsin beat them 66-63 in 2016.
The Musketeers.
Bronson Koenig, I can't remember.
Koenig, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
All right, I'm ready for Thursday now. Bring it on. I need more basketball.
Oh, and of course, the Luke May in the I think that was in the Sweet 16.
Oh, yeah. Dagger.
See, that's not a buzzer beater because that was 0.3 seconds left. So,
well,
I guess you might as well
count. Who was that? Like Kentucky? Or
it was Kentucky.
Yeah.
Sister Jean beat our Miami Hurricanes 64-62.
Still got 2 more nights without basketball. At least we got sports trivia tomorrow night. I'll be asking a lot of these questions.
Well, we do have baseball tonight.
We got baseball tonight and tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
That'll bridge the gap. So, just trying to make it a Thursday. Does softball have
tomorrow night?
Softball is tomorrow, but that time has moved. So,
yeah, because they're predicting inclement weather.
ECU softball. We talked to Shane Winkler earlier. I saw that time had moved this afternoon. They're going to play at 3 o'clock tomorrow, so we'll be following that on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck. Take a time out. We'll come back, have more for you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday after this.
I'm Jason Horowitz with a March Madness update, sponsored by Geico. This year's bracket found its Cinderella candidate when the 15th-seeded St. Peter's Peacocks beat second-seeded Kentucky in the first round. Saturday, they advanced to the Sweet 16 with a win over Murray State, and now they head to Philadelphia, just 90 miles from campus, for an East Region matchup with Purdue. Hear Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament right here.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a nature show host.
In the native habitat of a suburban driveway, the poor victim of a broken windshield is left assessing his vehicle, utterly helpless.
Well, not true. If he's got Geico, he can file a claim online, over the phone, or with his handy mobile app.
But like a lone gazelle, he'll suddenly be left to fend for himself, awaiting his terrible fate.
Nope. Geico will assign him a designated claims team to help him out too.
So the gazelle gets his car fixed and everything. Wow, nature is so cool.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Here today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. Dr. Jones, a lot of exciting new things going on.
Yes, so you may have seen our new facility, but we also have a private courtyard. There's an outdoor private area where we have artificial turf where it's fenced in, and we're going to be having our sunset yoga classes there. Those classes allow you to develop increased flexibility, more energy, and get better sleep. So come on and check those classes out today. Come by and see us, Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, Arlington Boulevard, or check us out online at kptonline.com.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware Building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is former ECU baseball player and mayor of Greenville, PJ Connolly, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. A quick look at your stock market report. The Dow was up 254 points and closed at 34,807. The NASDAQ was ahead 270 at 14,108, and the S&P was also up 50 points at 4,511. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip.
All righty, East Carolina and UNCW about to go at it. The Seahawks will make the return trip to Greenville later this year, so we can get back at them for all their fans' rowdy behavior that we're going to hear today. As C.J. Mayhew and others talked about, that might be the rowdiest road environment they face this year and have faced in the past.
One of them said that there was a glass wall or something out there, and, you know, like our fans here at Clark LeClaire Stadium, they know how to talk junk and get in the heads of the opposing players. And tonight, the opposing players is the East Carolina Pirates. So, need a win tonight. And for those that do not know, the starting pitcher tonight on the hump for the Pirates is Ryder Giles.
That means there's going to have to be some changes in the field. Let's look at the lineup. Bryson Worrell will lead off playing center. Lane Hoover is in right, hitting second. Jacob Jenkins-Coward is your DH, batting third. Batting cleanup will be Zach Agnos, who moves from second base to shortstop. Cam Clonch is in left field, hitting fifth. Amac is over at third base, hitting sixth. Josh Moylan will be hitting seventh at first base. Jacob Starling gets the starting nod at second base, and he will bat 8th. And then Ben Newton will be catching for the Pirates tonight, hitting 9th. So your shortstop is pitching, which moves Agnos from second to short, and that moves Jacob Starling into the lineup at second base as the Pirates looking to take down UNCW. We'll see how long Ryder Giles can go tonight, and he's plenty warm, ready to go. So if he's looking good, maybe he gets extended into the game. We shall see. But midweek pitching has been pretty good for East Carolina thus far, and they're going to be relying on that bullpen tonight. Now, remember, this is game 1 of 2 midweek games this week, so you're going to see probably a lot of arms used these next couple of nights. Interested to see how Godwin and Austin Knight use those arms.
Yeah, I mean, you got a road game tonight against UNC Wilmington. Then you're back at home in the friendly confines of Clark LeClaire Stadium tomorrow night against, well, I say tomorrow night, it was supposed to be 6:30. It has now been moved to 4 o'clock for those that do not know, and they will be playing the Phoenix, Elon Phoenix tomorrow night. So, yeah, kind of wondering how arms will be used, what kind of pitch counts will be used for the guys that go onto the bump for ECU. And so wonder if we'll see some familiar guys or if we'll see some guys that really haven't, thrown that much this year for ECU.
By the way, Chandler needs to make a retraction and an apology for something he said earlier in the show. Go ahead, Chandler.
I don't. What are you talking about?
You had some incorrect information that you need to apologize for.
Oh. So the Panthers did not finish third in the NFC South. They indeed finished last.
Now, I like that you are such a positive person. You just kind of took it out of your brain, threw it in the trash, and said, I am forgetting all about last season.
You know what's the funniest part is that I forgot that we won only 5 games last year.
And it's not like you tied or one game.
For the second straight year in a row.
There were the Falcons were 2 games ahead of y'all. In the
7-10. Jeez.
So the Panthers will indeed play a last place schedule.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the opponents are announced, just not the schedule. So do they play Washington this year?
No, I don't think so.
I believe the Giants finished last in the NFC East. So you'll play at the Ravens, at the Bengals. So you'll have the Steelers and the Browns at home. You will play the Cardinals at home, the Niners at home.
Deshaun Watson coming to Carolina?
Woo. Yes, that is true.
Yeah, as an opponent, though.
You will go to the Super Bowl champion Rams. You will go to Seattle. You got Igoe's Broncos at home.
Let's go. Russell Wilson.
See if Stephen Igoe makes the trip to see Russell Wilson play. You got the Lions at home, and you'll be on the road against the Giants. So that is the opponents outside of your division for 2022.
Just like Russell Wilson has bad memories in Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium, he has bad memories in Bank of America Stadium. Hey, Russell, if you're listening, you remember Luke Kuechly? Oh, yeah, you do? The pick 6 in the divisional game?
I feel like y'all used to meet in the playoffs quite a bit, didn't you?
Yeah, we played them at Seattle in 2014 in a wild card game. Gosh, Cam Chancellor with the knockout punch, pick 6. Yeah. So let's see. We had that game, and that was awesome. And then we had, that was not awesome. And then we had that divisional round at home and that Super Bowl run in 2015/2016. That was awesome.
Close regular season games with them too. It seems like with Seattle every year. All right, let's take our final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up today's edition of Pirate Radio Live, get you set up for Wednesday's program when we return after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest-free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable, and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th, as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a Black Tie Gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project, and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala, Saturday, May 14th.
Welcome to the Cheese Show. And when cheese puts on a performance like this, you might get to the crust and think, it's over. But no. Let's hear it for the Encore Cheese. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our spring extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th. BeautyBarMedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
Hello, friends. This is Troy D, here to let you know that the Masters is just around the corner. Stock up on all your Masters gear with a visit to Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics has a wide variety of vintage, officially licensed Masters polos and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person at 304 Evans Street in downtown Greenville or online at shoptailgateclassics.com.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 54,000 followers today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
We'll recap ECU UNCW coming up Wednesday, and we'll talk big picture college baseball items with Aaron Fitt from D1 Baseball. First time we'll have a chance to talk to him in 2022, so we'll look around the country. We'll talk East Carolina, around the state, and more coming up on Wednesday's show. Got that and a lot more. Bryce Williams, we'll see how his bracket's looking. I can tell you it's not looking good. We'll get his thoughts on that and a whole lot more coming up Wednesday on Pirate Radio Live. For Shirley Rhodes, the Chan Man, I'm Clip Brock. We'll see you Wednesday, 3 o'clock. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington.